Mount Vernon Rams Football on WMIX. Rams Football is powered by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. You can also watch Rams Football with streaming video on MyWinnersRadio.com. Powered by Dale Charlie Davidson. Rams Football is also sponsored by Rend Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon. Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Banterra Bank. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital. Raising the bar. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Heartland Accounting. Central Christian Church. And People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski for Mount Vernon Rams Football from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. Rams pregame starts now.
And good evening from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. The Rams are back in black tonight. This is your Page Agency pregame. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We also have Jeff Crow up here in the booth bringing you high-quality streaming video on MyWithersRadio.com. We're going to adjust some brightness settings for your pleasure, watching pleasure on MyWithersRadio.com if you're tuned in on there. Glad to have you with us. And, of course, Jesse Clark is back in our Mount Vernon studio with Page Insurance. You can find them on Crownview, West Crownview in Mount Vernon, 242-7000 for Page Insurance. Of course, we'll have plenty of facets of this pregame coming your way in just a moment. We'll have the Central Christian Church starting lineups a little bit later on. We'll also talk about some of the games in which we are keeping an eye on here tonight across Southern Illinois. As many of the 6-team conferences begin their conference slate, the Mount Vernon Rams will open up the South 7 Conference with the Althoff Crusaders. Centralia travels to Carbondale, and Marion battles the tough Cahokia Comanches. So that's a look at your South 7 tonight. We'll bring in Danny Czerwinski here in just a moment, but we'll keep an eye on everything going on. Should be a beautiful night for high school football, but we need to take a quick break. We'll talk more about all of that when we return. This is Rams Football presented by Community First Bank.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dixon Island. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. This is Matt Watercutty with Dale Charlie Davidson in Mount Vernon, and I love that saying because it describes what we do and how we roll every single day. Well, listen up. We're living up to that saying with an amazing event on Saturday, September 22nd, starring Hill Conduct for the most incredible, heart-stopping stunt riding you've ever seen. There'll be 3 exciting stunt riding shows at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., along with tattoos by the Bearded Lady Tattoo Parlor. There'll be great food by Bugsy Chicago Dogs, excellent music, and prizes too. You don't want to miss the stunt riding by Hill Conduct, Saturday, September 22nd. Only at Dale Harley Davidson. We're the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois, just off I-57 on North 44th in Mount Vernon. Call 618-244-4116. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or visit us at sales-hd.com. Remember, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
Protect yourself and the ones you love by getting a flu shot at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. It's the smart and healthy thing to do. Just walk right in. No appointments necessary, and no prescription from your doctor is required. The shot is covered under Medicare Part B. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We have a seasonal flu shot event, which is not just one day, but usually 4 or 5 days that we schedule nurses to come in and give shots. I can also give shots to anybody who can't make those specific days, for example.
Get your flu vaccine between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Save these dates in September, Tuesday the 18th and 25th, and in October, Thursday the 4th and 18th. If you're homebound, every effort will be made to schedule a home visit. Call us if you require the service. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. Glad to have you with us. Mount Vernon Rams open up the South 7 Conference slate here this evening. with the Althoff Crusaders. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Danny. The Rams looking for their first win on the season, 0-3 to start. Some tough games to start the season. The Althoff Crusaders, meanwhile, come in 2-1. Their only loss was the crosstown rival Belleville West, 35-0. However, played very well. Going to depend on maybe 4 or 5 guys, a great nucleus to build around if you're the Crusaders. Going to be a tough one for the Rams here tonight.
This is going to be a tough one. I mean, if you look at strength of schedule and everything else, Mount Vernon's had a good strength of schedule, and Althoff as well. Of course, Althoff is one of 2 teams in the 3 conferences down in Southern Illinois that Althoff will not play a team that's smaller than them enrollment-wise. They're going to play all bigger schools enrollment-wise than them, and this is no exception for them here this evening. They're used to this. They got different things they can do, a little different than what other schools can, so they're not afraid of that aspect. But, you know, when you look at Althoff and their tradition and history, last year getting to the first round of the 4A playoffs, this year, depending on how things go, could be as small as Class 2A come playoff time. We shall see. But Mount Vernon's got their hands filled today for sure as far as what having to play the Crusaders here tonight.
Well, again, a Crusader team that beat Collinsville on the road on the turf 20-13 to start the year. Then fell at Lindenwood in their home opener on that new field, that new turf there, 35-0. Came back to beat Mascoutah last week by a score of 24-12, doubling them up in a road game. Now they're here on the road to start the South 7 Conference schedule, and you look at tonight, they go into Centralia, of course, next week, but, man, you look at this nucleus that Althoff has returned. Of course, you think of Merrick Jackson, the defensive lineman, the offensive lineman, of course, combo there. Plays both sides of the football going to Illinois in the fall. You look at Eric Fermanic, you look at Eric Mertens, their quarterback, you look at Luke Frazier, Nick Hawthorne, among others, and this is a tough all-top team, band that returns a lot of their talent from a year ago.
Well, it's one of those things. They return a lot of talent, they get a lot of talent. And every year, year after year, of course, 10 years ago, Althoff and Koki are probably tops in the conference year in and year out. That's kind of evolved down a little bit. But Althoff maybe not as strong as last year's team, but still very solid in a lot of positions. You know, as you mentioned, Mertens has thrown for 542 yards. His big keys, he had 3 touchdown passes but 6 interceptions. Then he can hand it off to Dennis Jackson, 41 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. So an offense that maybe has struggled at times this season in 3 weeks, but their defense, except for the 35-0 shellacking by an 8A school, has been very, very solid this year, and that's the thing that Mount Vernon's going to have to figure out a way to crack.
Well, it certainly is not going to be easy. Going to be tough for the Rams here tonight. But you look at the Rams, Danny, trying to find some sort of facet that you can build upon here. A team that is 0-3 now to start the year, had tough Rochester to open the year, then went on the road in Hurricane Isaac and lost to Mascoutah in a close one, 16-8. Last week, 37-7 victims to the Triad Knights on the road. Trevor Medved had a great game in that one. I wish we could call it his coming out party, but that young man has 10 touchdowns on the year. But you take a look at this Ram team struggling, trying to find their identity, and now is the time to do it. You're at home, and you're opening up the conference schedule.
Well, it is time. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. I mean, you either got to go now or you don't go. And you get to a situation, Mount Vernon finds themselves 0-3. That's doable. You're going to have to win with Mount Vernon's playoff points already at 20 through 3 weeks. You can get by and win 5 games. But you still have to win 5 out of 6. If you lose tonight and go 0-4, you can still get in, but you got to win 5 out of 5. And that is going to be a big task with the schedule that Mount Vernon plays during the season.
Of course, as we do talk about the Mount Vernon Rams, we do need to take a break here on your Page Agency pregame. We must honor America. This is Rams football on WMIX.
As the years go by, I love to think about the great moments that I've been a part of, being a member of the St. Louis Cardinals. Whether it was going deep in a World Series as a player.
Here's the pitch to Shannon. Swung on. Deep in the left field.
Calling a postseason classic is thrilling as well. There's nothing like the thrill of Redbirds baseball. Listen all season long, right here at today's Hot Country, 50,000-watt WMIX FM.
Learn to live healthy, learn to live well, and learn how you can live free from unexpected medical expense with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance and the Page Agency. Health insurance that covers hospital, medical, and surgical expenses offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount, too. Rising medical costs don't have to be a problem with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance. This is coverage we hope you'll never need, but you just can't be without. Call the Page Agency at 242-7000 about a major medical health insurance plan today.
The 2012 Chrysler 200 is the fastest growing sedan in its class, which is precisely why only a few remain at King City Chrysler Center. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler dealer in Mount Vernon. with 0% financing for up to 72 months or up to $3,500 in cashback rebate, we expect our remaining Chrysler 200s to move quickly. A top safety pick with best-in-class horsepower and fuel economy, as well as a touchscreen radio, you can get where you're going quickly and safely with a touch of luxury. See one of our sales associates today at King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon, or see our selection at KingCityChrysler.com. Also, did you know King City Chrysler is also a rental car location? Whether you want to take a weekend drive or feel like a celebrity on vacation in a luxury ride, Hertz can help you get the job done. You can find them on location right here at King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway, Mount Vernon, and find us on Facebook.
Watch Rams football online at mywithersradio.com, fueled by Dale Charlie Davidson.
And we welcome you back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski, Jeff Crow with us as well. Bringing you streaming video on mywithersradio.com. It's fueled by Dale Charlie Davidson. We'll talk more about that throughout the night here on WMIX. Glad to have you with us on your radios as well. The Mount Vernon Rams battling the Althoff Crusaders tonight, a tale of two different teams to start the year. We're talking about the Mount Vernon Rams, and it's time to get going. And you look at the route they have to take to start the conference, Danny, and unfortunately, no easy win in the South 7 Conference any longer. You've had Centralia win the bulk of their last games after a 35-game losing streak. You have Marion rising to the top over about the course of the past 6 seasons. You have Carbondale, which is improving year after year. You have Cahokia and Althoff, always tough. And you look at the conference schedule now, every game's a tough one.
And the next 6 weeks are tough. I mean, you have 6 teams that are going to be right there as far as in the playoff hunt. Cahokia is 1-2. But 1-2 right now is better than 0-3. So you got an opportunity. Cahokia's got some wins coming up. So you have, again, as I mentioned, on the Mount Vernon schedule, 8 teams with a winning record out of 9 through 3 weeks. Toughest schedule by wins, by playoff points, by whatever you want to call it here in Southern Illinois. And for Mount Vernon, you're having to figure out a way to get 5 wins in 6 weeks in order to get into the playoffs. And that's what Mount Vernon looms ahead, and you cannot come out. You have an opportunity or a window to make a few mistakes and still be in things, but right now that window is closing and closing fast unless you can put together some wins.
Of course, at halftime tonight, we are halfway. No, we're not. Next week at halftime, we'll be halfway through the season. I'll learn how to do math. And we'll come back here on the Page Agency pregame. We need to take another break. This is Rams football on WMIX.
The 2012 model year in clearance event is in full swing. Hi, Mike Russell, General Manager, Schmidt Ford of Salem. If a deal is what you've been waiting for, now is the time. On select models, choose from 0% financing or rebates up to $6,000. Trade your current vehicle in and receive up to a $1,000 additional rebate on many models. Are you a Farm Bureau member? Great. Receive an additional $500 on most models. You can see the time to save is now. Come see us at Schmidt Ford of Salem, 1815 West Main, Salem, Illinois, or give us a call at 618-548-1711.
Have you ever been traveling out of town and realized you needed cash? Using another bank's ATM can cost you a few extra dollars in fees to get the cash you need. Well, not anymore. People's National Bank introduces MoneyPass. MoneyPass allows you to use over 23,000 additional ATMs in the United States without any fees. Stop by People's National Bank. Visit peoplesnationalbank.com or moneypass.com to find out more information. People's National Bank, providing our customers the highest quality products and services since 1909. Member FDIC, Equal Housing
Red
Lender.
Lake College's Adult Volunteer Literacy Program is looking for volunteers to help stop adult illiteracy. Give the gift of reading and be a hero forever. RLC will provide you with training and materials to help adults develop the basic reading ability needed to excel. You can work one-on-one, tutor a small group, or work with students in an adult education classroom. Experience the joy of helping others and change a life. Call RLC's Volunteer Partnership toll-free at 800-369-5321, extension 1342, 800-369-5321, extension 1342.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Special appearance by the Master here in the booth. Glad to have him with us as well. He'll enjoy some Mount Vernon Rams football here tonight. Always a legendary. The Master came up to visit us. That's a good thing.
Good thing. See the Master here tonight at Mount Vernon. Took a week off from seeing other teams and decided to come to Mount Vernon.
That he did. We welcome the Master to the King City. Glad to have him here in person tonight. The Mount Vernon Rams battling the Althoff Crusaders. WMIX video online at mywithersradio.com as we are about 6 minutes and 10 seconds away from the start of this one between the 0-3 Mount Vernon Rams, the 2-1 Althoff Crusaders. And a lot of great action going on tonight around the area. I know one that I'm interested in is DuQuoin and Anna Jonesboro.
Well, that's one of many around, obviously, South 7-wise for our Rams fans. Koke at Marion, an interesting matchup. Of course, the battle of the undefeateds. Centralia is at Carbondale tonight. River to River, Ohio. Benton at Heron. Harrisburg at Murfreesboro. Frankfort at Massac. All the favorite teams on the road tonight. And then in the River to River Mississippi Division, DuQuoin at Anna Jonesboro. Game of all eyes on. Carterville at Pinckneyville, and Sparta is at Nashville. And our Black Diamond friends, Carmine, Hamilton County. CZR at Chester. El Dorado at Fairfield. And Alvarado, Trico, Johnson City. Of course, our Cesarville, Waltonville Red Devils are at Vienna tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. So several games going on with a lot of implications, a lot of big things as far as conference starting tonight for the River to River and the South 7. Of course, the Diamonds have been playing all year. Another thing is teams saving seasons. Can they do and win and do games the same way?
We will certainly find out here tonight. Page Insurance pregame show. Find any line of insurance you may need at the Page Agency, 242-7000 on Crown View in Mount Vernon. PageCompanies.com. Should be a great night for high school football. Temperature right now in the King City at 656 is 69 degrees, and it could drop down to as low as 60 during the gameplay, maybe 59 in some of the outlying areas of Mount Vernon, but something seems to be riling folks up in the crowd. We will figure out what's going on.
I think they're shuffling some people around to get to the respective sections, which has got a few people raising their eyebrows because they're in the eyes of their own innocence that they're wondering why they're having to be moved. But as it is, people are being told to go sit where they need to go sit, and this is maybe something that's not been done. But, hey, you know what? They can handle it. Everything's going fine down there as it is up here.
Great night for high school football. As we said, the Rams are back in black tonight, as you can overhear in the background easily. Althoff tonight will be in their away white with golden pants, golden helmets with navy blue stripes, double stripes from front to back. The Rams will be in their black uniforms, white numerics trimmed in orange, solid black helmets, solid black pants. And, man, it is great to be back at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium after a couple weeks on the road in that Mississippi Valley Road swing we had.
2 more weeks after night on the road, too, down to the Route 13 corridor. Won't be till October. We're back here at J.D. Shields for the Kokia Comanches. So a long time between home games, 1st, 4th, and 7th, and 8th weeks for Mount Vernon. And you better defend and win here tonight, or that next 5 weeks you have to play mistake-free football in order to get into the playoffs.
Mistake-free indeed. We need to take a break. When we come back, we'll try to tackle your Central Christian Church starting lineups. This is the Page Insurance pregame on WMIX.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next ride weather. Partly cloudy and cooler tonight, a low 49 to 53. Outlook for tomorrow, lots of sunshine, pleasant, high 78. Through to partly cloudy and cool tomorrow night, a low 47 to 51. And then on Sunday, sunshine mixing with clouds and nice, a high temperature again 78. Monday, times of clouds and sunshine with a high of 80. It may shower Monday night. Next ride weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Whether it's 3G Wi-Fi, in-dash navigation, a power sliding rear window, or one of over a dozen other cool available features, the 2012 Dodge Ram 1500 is full of innovations that you may have lived without, but will soon wonder why. Hi, Roy Schmidt Dodge dealer at King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon. And for those who might not be tech-savvy, the Ram 1500 also boasts in-floor storage bins and available 2-tier center console and the available Ram Box cargo management system. Wow! There's something for everyone in the 2012 Dodge Ram, and now you can get $1,500 rebate plus 0% financing for 84 months. Stop by King City Chrysler Center at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon and see one of our sales associates about driving away in a new Ram or any new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. Plus, see our inventory on KingCityChrysler.com and find us on Facebook.
This is Rams football on WMIX, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, online at fordsquare.com. Find them on Facebook. Overjoyed to have you with us as we prepare for Mount Vernon Rams football. First time at home since week 1. Should be a nice night for football. Glad to have those of you watching on mywithersradio.com, including the legendary MTK. Of course, he has spent time coaching up both of these teams, and he is watching on mywithersradio.com tonight. Glad to have at Where's the Chief tuned in. Of course, you can tweet us at WMIX Sports. See what we can do as far as maybe mentioning some. We'll have some scores on there throughout the night. Of course, after tonight, you can find a comprehensive scoreboard on the WMIX Sports Facebook page. Wow. Hard to believe, already week 4 of the season, Danny. When you think about, of course, as we mentioned earlier, the 6-team conferences getting their conference slate started. Black Diamond started their conference slate, obviously, in the first week of the season. But now is when things kind of have that feeling of getting real. And speaking of getting real, the Mount Vernon Rams are going to have to get real tonight and decide if they're going to be a team that's going to contend and get into the postseason. Basically just need to find themselves pretty quickly.
They have to find them now. I mean, you can't wait. I don't think they're a team that can afford to lose another one. I mean, it's time to step up or, shape up or step out the next 2 weeks. You don't win the next 2 weeks, you're eliminated anyway with 5 losses. So it's a matter of getting 5 wins. Playoff points will be there. 5 wins is the goal.
No doubt about that. Incredible things are happening at Central Christian Church in Mount Vernon. Look no further than their website. That's thenewcentral.com, where you can watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. Log on to thenewcentral.com. Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. Meeting the Mount Vernon Rams offense quickly. The line will be Enrique Vaughn, Josh Borland, Tyler Bradley, London Marler, and Eli Phillips. Your quarterback under center will be Clayton Reeves. Split to the left and the right will be Patrick Bradford and Zane Young. Your wingbacks will be C.J. Lloyd, Robert Grider, and, of course, Doug Gardner, barring any changes to Jared Shaner's offense that we received earlier today. Discover the excitement at Central Christian Church in Mount Vernon. Central offers exciting worship experiences packed with energy, relevant teaching, and awesome programming for children and youth. Log on to thenewcentral.com for service times and more information. I suppose we need some keys to tonight's game, Danny. If you're the Rams, you're an 0-3 team battling a 2-1 team here at home. You're back at home for the first time, as we've mentioned repeatedly, since week 1. You get ready to head out for another 2-game South 7 road swing. What can you do to try to get this one?
Well, you're going to have to come out and score some points. I mean, it's one of those deals where you have to come out and you have to score. And you can't control the ball between the 20s, take it 5, 6, 7 minutes at a time, and not put some touchdowns on the board. I mean, Mount Vernon offense has struggled at times this year in the first 3 weeks. You have got to be able to score. Number 2, you're going to have to play contain. You're going to have to be ready, as Mount Vernon will get the football first. You're going to have to be ready for Althoff. They jumped on Mount Vernon pretty quick and pretty early last week. It's a matter of Mount Vernon coming out ready to go in this ball game instead of playing around and then wanting to play once the outcome has been decided.
See what happens. They will start with the football. The Rams will go right to left. Althoff will defend left to right. Back to return for the Rams. Near man at about the 18-yard line will be DeVar Davis. Far man at about the 17 is Derek Hunter. It's going to be on the ground. It'll get to a bat. No, it'll take a hop at about the 20. Get to the 15. It'll be Hunter right up the middle trying to come to the near side. Instead, gets stuffed about the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams to start this one. Glad to have you with us. We're underway. WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting, as the opening kickoff came at about 7:02. 11:52 to go here in the opening quarter. No score as the Rams will start this first possession here at home. Again, going right to left. Yes. Had to get the old hands up in the air just to make sure. We're booking a Saturday sports show for you as we speak. We'll let you know the guests for tomorrow's program as soon as we get them finalized. Stay tuned to the social media at WMIX Sports. That's Twitter. Actually, they're both at WMIX Sports, so 2 for 1 there. 11:52 in the first quarter, just underway, 8 seconds in. And it'll be Clayton Reeves under center. They'll have Zane Young split to the left. Couple backs in the backfield. This is going to be a handoff. Doug Gardner going off tackle that right side, and that was a nice trip up by Althoff. That was number 44, Brett Silvestri, who will pick up the solo tackle. It'll be 2nd down for the Rams. 2nd down and about 5. That's a 5-yard gain for Doug Gardner up the right side.
Pretty good chunk there off that right side, the way he got through there, 5 quick yards.
I think you have to take whatever you can get, and he did a good job of getting. They'll line up all on the right here for the Mount Vernon Rams. Reeves will be under center. It's going to go to Gardner again, getting up that right side. Maybe a gain of a couple on that far hash, which should bring up 3rd and about 3 for the Rams here. Trying to move the football. 11:13 to play in the first. No score. First drive of the ball game for either team, as the Mount Vernon Rams are trying to make something happen here tonight. Cantley and Armstrong will both come off for the Rams. A couple of new linemen will go in. And we'll continue where we left off, dropping below the 11-minute mark. Glad to have you with us, courtesy of Community First Bank of the Heartland. They are the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams here on WMIX. We'll tell you plenty more about them throughout the broadcast. Grider and Lloyd, your wingbacks. Doug Gardner, of course, in motion. It'll be Grider coming to the near side. Reeves under center. Split to the right, it'll be Young. Split to the left, it'll be Pat Bradford. It's going to be a pitch coming to the near side. Gardner was able to juke a man, got to about midfield along the near hash. He cut towards the near hash, got to about, I don't know, the 49-yard line. First down yardage for Doug Gardner.
Now, Mount Vernon's wanting to pound the football, so if you're going to pound the football, you got to get first downs, you got to move the ball, and you got to score. And for them and for Mount Vernon, in order to be successful against this Althoff team, you got to keep it out of their offensive hands. Sometimes your best defense is a good offense.
And that's certainly what's benefited Althoff this season as well. Althoff, what have you. We'll flip back and forth between the two of those. It is Althoff if you go by legendary Catholic figures. Reeves will be under center, double wingback set, spread out. In motion, it's going to be Lloyd. It's going to be a handoff for Doug Gardner. Got to about midfield. It was on the 48, so it'll be a gain of about 2. 2nd and 8 now for the Rams. We'll drop below the 10-minute mark here. No score in the first quarter. And if you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC.
Well, since we were here, the sun has moved going down by what? 45 degrees?
Yes.
Since the last time we were here at the home stadium in week 1.
Beautiful twilight, I guess that would be.
It was over in the southwest.
Not that twilight.
Yeah, and then now the sun's facing us straight on.
Beautiful. 9:30 to play in the opening quarter. It's going to be counter coming near side to Grider. Stuffed, maybe a loss of 1.
That's one of those things you're not going to be able to do a lot of fancy trickery in the backfield. You are going to have to get it and go, and if you do that much, you better hope your blocking up front is holding people back, because if not, Althoff is going to cover that. And the Crusaders did a good job of blocking up the holes on that and forcing some black-shirted blockers backwards to force a loss.
9 minutes to play here in the first quarter. No score. Rams trying to get this possession going here. 3rd and 8 from midfield. It's going to be a pitch to the right side. Gardner's going to be stuffed, but he was able to shake the tackle. The initial contact made by Zach Donaldson for Althoff, and he will get no gain as he got back to the line. So it'll be 4th and 8 rather, for the Rams here. 8:40 to play in the first, and I cannot imagine that they would go for it on 4th down here, but stranger things have happened.
Mount Vernon's going to punt, hold the ball in that possession for about 3.5 minutes, and Althoff will take over here on the punt, and what could be some decent field position. Punt returning has been some of their best stuff, averaging about 29 yards on a punt return.
Reeves under center, split to the left, or what am I doing? Rams in punt formation as Pat Bradford is on. Got caught there looking down. 8:08 to play in the first. 4th and 9. There goes the punt. Nate Hawthorne, one of the deep men. Instead, it'll go to number 3, Dennis Jackson, the running back. He was almost stopped there behind the 10. Gets to about the 15 on the far side. And that's where Althoff will start for the first time tonight as the Crusaders have it 1st and 10 with 7:57 to play in the opening quarter.
Always like watching quarterbacks on punt teams, not named Tim Tebow, this time Clayton Reeves. He was looking to hit somebody. He was running down the middle of that field. He's looking for somebody in a white shirt to hit. Almost got him one. I like to see that. People not afraid to hit.
7:57 to play here in the first. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Althoff 15. We'll see how they spread it out. Their quarterback, of course, Eric Mertens, is a 6'3", 220-pound junior, and, man, he has 4 to choose from with a single back out of the shotgun. Thought about it. Now Jackson's going to roll to the near side, looking for the man downfield, and he will be sacked on the near hash at about the 4. Good job there. I didn't see if it was Cantley or Armstrong, but that is a good job by the Rams defense. And that'll push Althoff back even further for 2nd and long.
That, my friend, is a sack of about 16 yards right out of the gate. And that's a big play. Now, with them pinned back, go ahead and do something and get him down some more while you're at it. Don't let him back up.
So Mertens out of the shotgun will be in the end zone now. Split to the right, it'll be Garland Henley. He's had a couple of touchdowns here. It's going to be to Jackson trying to go up the middle. He's between the hashes, cutting back to the far side, past the 10, down to about the 12. Gain of 8. It'll be about, 3rd and 14 now for the Crusaders at the 7:10 mark of the first quarter with no score.
8, what should have been a half a yard, because he was hit in the backfield, and the hit was there, not the wrap. And then all of a sudden, didn't wrap. Can hit, but whatever. You know, you got to keep going, got to keep wrapping down, throwing down. So Althoff now 3rd and 22. If you're Mount Vernon, you got to make a play here and take the field position game into your hands.
Definitely could use this advantage now. They're going to put 3 on the right side, split 1 to the left with Jackson in the backfield with the quarterback Mertens out of the shotgun. So on the far hash, it's at the 12. He is looking deep down the field for Hawthorne. They almost get to him, almost picked it off. Young battling for it. It'll be Garland winning that battle. He's going to be tripped up about the 45, near hash down at about the 50. He'll spot it at the 49. That was almost a great play by Young to get the interception, but Garland Henley went up there and got it.
Yeah, that was a 37-yard pass that went between hands. And that, my friends, is what separates teams who are doing well from teams who are doing bad. Those breaks go for you when you're winning and doing well, and when you're 0-2 like Mount Vernon, they go bad.
This will have an official's timeout momentarily. 6:27 to play here in the first quarter. No score. Althoff just had a nice completion.
Yeah,
down to about
yards.
the 49-yard line, so a 37-yard completion through the air. And wow. That's what we could be dealing with here tonight out of the shotgun. We'll tell you more about our sponsors throughout the broadcast. Have a man in motion here for Althoff. It's going to be to Jackson up the middle. Ooh, a nice tackle there by the Rams at about the 50. That was Jacoby Marshall bringing them down, and that'll bring up 2nd and about 9. At Rinley College, you can get quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which of their more than 100 degree or certificate programs is right for you. We'll have a Rinley College player of the game at the completion of this one in the Schmidt-Chevy postgame. 2nd and 9 to go. Ball on midfield. At midfield on the near hash. It's going to be an end around coming from the left side for Nick Hawthorne. Try to break to the outside, far side, does so. Gets to the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. That'll be a 50-yard touchdown run for Nick Hawthorne, and the Crusaders take a 6-0 lead.
Nobody touched him. Looked like he was running in warm-ups. Nobody touched him. And now Althoff jumps out on top again. Mount Vernon controlled, had about 3 minutes with the football. Althoff takes about 2 minutes to score on that particular play. Just a run around the left side, nothing much to it. 50-yard run, touchdown, and Althoff on top early in this one.
5:42 remains in the opening quarter. The Crusaders on a 50-yard touchdown run from Nick Hawthorne take the lead. Looking for the PAT. On to hold is number 7, Michael Harris. We'll see what happens. Donovan Gagin is on to kick. Here it comes. Looks like it's good. Looks like it split the uprights. The end zone camera had a nice view. It'll be 7-0 Althoff. 5:42 to play in the first quarter. Danny can't allow many drives like that if you're the Mount Vernon Rams. Looked like they were going to start off well, get the 16-yard sack, then give up an 8-yard run, then give up a 37-yard completion, and then the drive ends, of course, in the 50-yard touchdown end around from Nick Hawthorne.
5 plays, 2:02. That's how fast Althoff did. The big play was the pass play for 37 yards, the 50-yard run. Also in that equation, the Mount Vernon started that play, of course, with a sack. Didn't matter. Althoff, being a good team, able to put that behind him, get the first down, get big plays, and score and go up 7-0.
5:42 remaining. Wow, what a drive by Althoff, and what an offense they have there. Of course, working out of the shotgun on that drive. Familiar faces, new places. Bank with Ray and Bree at Community First Bank's 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. So back to return for Mount Vernon. It'll be Hunter on the far. The near will be Davis. Kicking off will be Gagin, who had a pretty good look at a PAT there just a moment ago. And wow.
Those teams that are good make plays. Those that are having bad breaks
pretty well
don't make those plays.
Pretty well.
That's what separates the teams.
That it is, and the kick is going to be right on the ground towards the right side. Good return there to about the 44-yard line for the Rams. Unable to see who came up with it. I thought it might have been number 25, Gray. And the Rams will start 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line, trailing 7-0 to the Crusaders. Dale's Harley-Davidson Fuels is streaming on MyWeathersRadio.com, and they trade for anything. No smoke-in-the-mirror deals at Dale's. Bikes as low as $29.95. A party every weekend at Dale's is the only Harley dealer in Southern Illinois that offers a 10-year life-of-cycle warranty. You can find them online at dales-hd.com. Young split to the left, Reeves under center. Let's see what he does. Is that going to be to Doug Gardner? If so, that's going to be a loss of about 2. As it'll be at the 42-yard line between the hashes. So it'll be 2nd and 12 now for the Rams at the 5:24 mark, trailing 7-0.
Well, you can see Althoff predatory-like defense, understanding what Mount Vernon does and what they like to do. And unfortunately for Mount Vernon, they're going to have to change some things quickly in this one.
Line quick to get to the line.
That pipe dream's over, that score.
We're not going to see an Effingham playoff game on a
No,
Friday
we
night
aren't.
if we see an Effingham playoff game. Tailback will be Gardner. They're going to go pitch to the right side. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Does get a couple on the play as he got past the far hash to about the 46. Maybe a gain of 4. It'd bring up 3rd and 7.
Tackle by Althoff Donaldson. Gain about 2 on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 8.
So Reeves will come get some instruction from Coach Shaner and return to the huddle. 4:34 to play in the first. 7-0 Crusaders on top, but a magnificent drive they put together. The Rams are going to try to replicate that here. 3rd and 8 to go. Ball on the far hash at about the 45.5-yard line. We'll see what they're able to do. We'll have some scoreboard updates coming your way a little bit later on. We're quickly moving here. Clock continues to roll. 6 on the play clock for the Rams. Reeves will be under center, and I have to think the Rams are going to burn a timeout. Hey, guess what? That's what they do. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon, proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams and bring you this timeout. Stop by and get to know the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Do we have any scores?
Lots of scores.
Really?
Scoring is early and often
Well,
in several games. Benton now up 12-0 on Heron. So Tigers cannot score in football games at all. Kokia is also up by a score of 8-0. Also, Johnson City has 2 touchdowns in 40 seconds, up 13-0. And El Dorado is up on Heron, or I should say up on Fairfield, 7-0 over here, Route 15 East.
Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilton, State Farm Insurance. Understand he sponsored the game ball tonight here at J.D. Shields. Tony invites you to come in and join the State Farm team. He is located on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, Mount Vernon, and online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. 3rd and 8 for the Rams here. They'll have a fresh play clock coming out of the timeout. 4:12 to play in the opening quarter. 7-0 is your score. Could be a chilly night here at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, otherwise known as football weather, and that's exactly what it'll take. Trying to lure the Althoff offensive line off sides. Looked like they may have done it successfully. It'd be 3rd and 3.
We'll make it shorter if it is. We'll see what the officials say.
You have to hope that's what it is. That's what it is. We'll take it. Johnson City ET phone home. Not going real well tonight for the host Falcons. Man. Alvarado Trico. JC's there. They're up 13-0, right? Or is that JC? Hey, they're fast on their own field.
Yep. It's that new turf.
I read that backwards on the tweet from somebody else. Speaking of Twitter, you can follow us at WMIX Sports. Reeves looking to roll to the right side, coming out from their center. He's at the 40. This would be a huge loss unless he gets it up. He makes a nice run to about midfield. Wow. So it'll be a gain of nothing, but at least it's not a huge loss, and it'll bring up 4th and 3.
Going to have to punt again. Defense does nothing and shuts. Again, we knew this going in. Althoff's got a very good defense, and right now Mount Vernon, with 1 first down, not showing very much at all.
Of course, Coach Turner had said that his team is a team that the defense creates a lot of offensive opportunities, and now we see exactly what he means.
Tell you what, there is scoring everywhere right now except here in Southern Illinois. Teams are scoring left and right.
4:03 to play, and this is going to be a fake. It'll go to the right side, looking for Derek Hunter on the pass. It'll fall incomplete at the 30. Turnover on downs. So Althoff will have 1st and 10 at their own 49. 3:58 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 your score. Althoff Catholic on top of the Mount Vernon Rams.
Boy, defense got 50 yards to defend now. You really make it tough on the defense, having seen Althoff score already like they did and having a short field here again.
It only took 50 yards for the last touchdown play from the Crusaders. We'll see what happens here. 3:58 to play in the opening quarter. Hoping the Rams can help up with a stop here and let their defense create a little offense. Man. Keep forgetting I don't have to rush these little things here like I do in the other broadcasts we've been doing this week. Martin's looking to roll to the left side. He's between the hashes trying to get out of the pocket. Was looking for number 44, Brett Silvestri, on the left side. Falls incomplete as he slipped from out. His feet slipped out from underneath him, and it'll be 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. 3:53 to go here in the first quarter. Still 7-0 Crusaders. Wow, there's a lot of scoring going on. That's that's all the Twitter feed is.
Multiple. Well, that's more of a group discussion text there, but multiple scoring going on in lots of places right now.
Mertens out of the shotgun. It's going to be to Jackson. Now it's going to be a reverse. Hawthorne some trouble with it. He's looking to go up that left side again, see if it helps. Breaks for it at midfield. Now down to the 30, 25-20. 10-5 far corner. It's going to be 13-0 Crusaders. No flags.
Nope. Went around the corner. Nobody was home.
Two carries, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns for Nick Hawthorne.
Yep, that's not a bad night so far.
No, it's not. There you have it.
And that's over pursuing by the defense, not playing in your lanes, not being disciplined. Althoff goes 50 yards again the other way.
Man, oh man.
It's like an instant replay minus the reverse.
So Gagin on to attempt the point after, looking to make it 14-0 with 3:40 to go here in the opening quarter. Kick is up. Looks like it's good. Right down the middle this time again. It's 14-0. Althoff on top. Not sure what you can do at this point.
You got to score. Yeah, I mean, you got to quit feeling sorry for yourself. You got to get out here and play some football and stay fundamental and stay disciplined. Right now, none of that is happening down on this field right now.
3:40 to go in the opening quarter. 14-0. Couple of carries, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns for number 1 Nick Hawthorne. 5'10", 155 pounds, and he is making a name for himself here tonight. Of course, he is one of the players to watch coming in. So I hate to say it's not much of a surprise that he has been successful here tonight. 3:40 to go, first quarter action. Glad to have you with us from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Hope you're watching online at mywithersradio.com or listening to us here on WMIX. Back to return for the Rams. The far man will be C.J. Lloyd. He's standing right now at about the 14. Near side, it's going to be, looks like Davis again, standing at about the 14 as well. So Gagin will kick off here for the Crusaders, and the Rams have got to make something happen here on this drive. Hoping to get a nice little return off it off the Gagin kick if they can. Well, it'll be another squib. It'll be on the ground. This time it'll be to Thomas Weber picking it up. He gets it at about the 30. They're going to try to push him past the 40, down to about the 44-yard line. Not a bad return there for the backup quarterback, Thomas Weber. 3:32 to go in the first. The Rams will have it 1st and 10 from about their own 45-yard line.
Progressively speaking, Mount Vernon on their third drive with the football have had better field position each time. However, no points to show for it here in this situation.
3:32 to play here in the first. Mount Vernon Rams football. Again, they are trailing 14-0 in case you're just joining us. We're here in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, or online at kingcitychrysler.com. Find them on Facebook. Reeves under center. His tailback will be Doug Gardner. Wingbacks are Lloyd and Grider. Split to the left, it'll be Young. They have Bradford on the right. They're going to complete it to Young. No, in and out at midfield on the near side. Was looking ahead before he had the football, and that'll be 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. The clock will stop at 3:29 to go in the first.
Heard some footsteps. All he had to do was catch, turn, and he heard some footsteps and didn't get those arms out there quite far enough, kind of like the old alligator arm trick where you don't want to get hit.
Exactly. 3:29 to play in the first. 14-0 Althoff on top. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the orange and black. Ball on their own 45. Spotted between the hashes, so the Rams will rush to the line of scrimmage. On the left, it'll be Bradford. Right, it'll be Young. Near the slot, it'll be one wing back in the form of Lloyd. You'll also have Gardner with Grider in motion. Grider's going to get it. He's going to try to come up the near side on a sweep. Gets to midfield, pulled down at the 49. That'll be a gain of about 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Rams with 3:20 to play in the first. Not bad.
Not bad. And not bad, but you got to get first. You got to get scores. I'm tired of saying getting first downs. I'm tired of saying making good plays. You've got to score touchdowns. Plain and simple.
Got to get 6. Then parlay that into 7 or 8. 14-0 Althoff on top. 3:02 to play in the opening quarter.
And having gone for it the last time on 4th down from this point in the area, I would think that it would be 2-down territory as well.
3rd and 4 for the Rams with Reeves under center. Same personnel, same formation. Just the splits have been reversed. And this time it'll be through the hands of Young at about the 45-yard line. Would have been 1st down yardage, but it'll bring up 4th and 4. Clock will stop at 2:46. First quarter action from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. 2-touchdown ball game thus far. Still amazing to think about. Nick Hawthorne, 2 carries, 101 yards, pair of touchdowns. Fantasy stud tonight.
Oh, yeah. And the night's not over yet.
Some standard leagues, that's 22 points. 2:46 to play here in the first. Rams to punt. It looks like Hawthorne and Jackson are back to return. That one's going to take a Ram bounce. Oh, but it'll be picked up off the hop, and here goes Hawthorne, far side, looking to make a break for it to the sideline. 30, 35, cuts back towards us at the 40, then back to the outside about the 43. It looks like he'll be brought down, so something out of nothing there by Althoff.
Guys breaking down and stopping their feet. When you break down, you have to keep your feet moving, keep chopping, keep going. And unfortunately for Mount Vernon, they got down there and stood still. And Hawthorne has got a lot of return yardage on punts. He's got 31 average on 2 punts and also returned kickoffs for him for 53 yards each. He sat there and just said, you know, hey, I'm going to run it right by you, and that's what he did.
Man, we'll get you some score updates here in just a second probably after the next lengthy timeout. It'll be Mertens looking to roll near side. He is looking away downfield. That one's going to be tipped by Gardner. Gardner got a hand on it about the 45-yard line in Ram territory. I could not tell exactly if he was looking for Cole Reichert or Luke Frazier. I'd have to assume Frazier on that one, who was coming up the right side. Headed straight down the field. But a good job there by Doug Gardner to get a hand on it. 14-0 Crusaders, 2:24 to play in the first. The incomplete pass will make it 2nd and 10. Ball on the Althoff 44. It'll be spotted on the far hash. Frazier will be split deep to the right side. On the left, there'll be one in the slot, maybe Hawthorne. On the left, can't tell. Out of the shotgun with 2 backs. There's going to be a flag on the play. This went to Cordell Harris. He's going to make a break for it midfield, trying to come to the near side. Won't get a break towards the sideline as he's pulled down at the 35, slides to about the 33. Good job by the speedy Jacoby Marshall to catch up, and that's a good play by the junior. We'll see if it comes back.
I believe it's going to come back. Some kind of setup, motion, formation, something along that line.
So a false start will bring it back 5 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and 15. The ball will be on the Althoff 39. 2:17 to play in the first quarter. Here, Mount Vernon Rams Football is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland, and with 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dix, Ina, and Woodlawn, Community First Bank is proud to be the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams on WMIX. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the 39. 2:17 remains here in the first quarter. Crusaders moving the ball well here tonight, not needing many plays to find the end zone. A lot of games, interesting games going on in the Mississippi division of the Southern Illinois River Conference tonight. I know Carterville, Pinckneyville, Nashville, Sparta, DuQuoin, AJ. The games on that side, some good ones. Benton, Heron. Well, at one time, some good ones. We'll see how that works out tonight. I know Benton was on top last check. We'll check those in a moment. Mertens looks to hand off this time. It's going to be straight up the middle to Jackson, getting to about midfield between the hashes. Pulled down. He might have been pushed into first down yardage as he was brought down, I think, finally at about the 46. That would be a first down or close to it. Man. So a 16-yard gain up the middle for Jackson. Makes it 1st and 10 for Althoff with 2:09 to play in the first.
Just running on us. Not much you can do and not much anything can do right now. And Althoff is laying the wood to us, to Mount Vernon. There's not a lot happening, not a lot going on.
That there is not. 2:08 to play here in the first. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Split to the right, it's Frazier, one in the slot. Looking to go play action, rolling to the left side, looking for Silvestri. It's in and out of his hands at about the 35-yard line. Would have been a first down, and that was one where I think Silvestri, Danny, was looking down the field, thought he had it in his hands, and just a classic fly ball drop.
Yep. Had it, lost it, couldn't find it, and was probably thinking about doing 2 or 3 moves before the ball actually hit him in the hands. And now Althoff 2nd and 10.
They've been successful on 2nd and 10. Many times tonight, I think a couple of times it's resulted in their touchdowns. I'd have to go back and watch the replay. 1:57 to play in the first. 14-0 Crusaders on top. A couple on the right, couple on the left. Single back shotgun set. Looking deep down the field on the right side. Looking for his man, number 22, Garland Henley. And Henley will beat everybody into the end zone near corner. And it's 20-0 Althoff.
Yeah, they're making it look easy. I mean, that's scary easy how that went.
So Garland Henry picks up the touchdown, 46-yard TD reception, 20-0 Crusaders, 1:50 to play in the first, and they can move the ball.
Hey, they're stacked. Mertens is one of the top quarterbacks in the area.
Try and think of this carefully. Mertens, all I can really say about him is that you wish he was a senior on the competitive, on the opposition side. But he's back for another year. And here comes the kick on the PAT. Good. 21-0 Crusaders, 1:50 to play in this opening quarter. I believe we have some score updates, my friend.
Yeah, okay.
Whenever you're ready for them.
Yeah.
If you are, if not.
Coke over Marion 14-8 in the first. Centralia leads Carbondale at the end of 1, 8-0. Benton over Heron at the end of 1, 12-0. Also, Harrisburg over Murphy 14-6. End of 1, AJ leads DuQuoin 8-6. Carterville over Pinckneyville 7-0. Chester over CZR, end of 1, 14-0. Late first, El Dorado over Fairfield 14-8. And end of 1, Johnson City over Alvarado Trico 21-0.
Tony invites you to come in and join the State Farm team. He's located at the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, Mount Vernon, or online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Of course, Tony left that first name dangling out there. It's Tony Wilt, of course, State Farm Insurance. 1:50 to play in the first. Back to return for the Rams. On the far side, it is Lloyd. On the near side, both at about the 14, it'll be DeVar Davis. Davis, of course, a 5'10 sophomore. His team, the Rams, down 21-0 to the Crusaders, who have moved the ball well on the ground. That time got one through the air, and now are up 3 touchdowns. Doesn't matter how much time you give them on the clock.
Time means nothing when you can put the ball in the end zone.
You betcha. On the ground again from Gage and picked up by Weber. He is at about the 40-yard line. Got it at about the 35. It'll be a return of 7 as he gets to the 42. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. 1:45 to go in this first quarter. Glad to have you with us. WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Of course, at the bottom of the hour, we're also online with streaming video on mywithersradio.com. And, of course, we're legal.
Let's give this offense a little bit of support, can we?
Trying to get the Rams into this one as the crowd has filled in decently here tonight to take in this Ram football game. Of course, it is perfect football weather here in the month of September. Hope it continues. Rams will have it 1st and 10 from their 42. Man in motion is going to be Grider. He's going to try to swing up this near side at the 40. Gets down to about the 45. Maybe a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 as the clock rolls to 1:30.
Can't go side to side too very long. You have got to get decision with that football and turn it up in behind your blockers quick. You go side to side here, which will be east and west of this field, you're going to get caught more times than not by this solid Althoff defense.
Solid indeed. Jackson, of course, I believe going to Illinois. But all you can say about that. Where's number 74? The nose guard right there. You can see him. It'll be a handoff to Gardner. Gets to about midfield up the left side. Stayed along that hash. Got some yards as a result. It'll be 3rd and about 2 on what I believe to be a 5-yard gain. We drop below the minute mark here in the first. 21-0 Crusaders on top. And you have to think the Rams is trying to get out of this quarter at this point without giving up the football. And, of course, 3rd and 2 here. They're going to play the clock, keep it on the ground, we would assume. Quick to the line, and that has to be an intimidating man to look at there. A man-child, 6'3", 340 is Merritt Jackson. The under center is Reeves. Couple of wingbacks here. He's going to keep it himself, and he will be stuffed. Beyond midfield, brought down by number 52, Nolan Abernathy. That's going to be a loss, and that'll bring up 4th and a little bit longer here for the Rams. Man, they're going to give him a favorable spot. I will say that. It's going to be about 49 and a half.
Mount Vernon got a very good spot.
I had him about the 47, 46.
This will end the first quarter.
We wait for it to officially end, and it does. We have reached the end of 1. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the Althoff Crusaders 21-0. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
The tradition of fine vehicles and great service continues at Second Chance Auto. They've been providing quality cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for families like yours for over 32 years. And many are priced under $10,000, plus most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Bank rate financing available with instant approval. No gimmicks, no pressure, just honest deals on great vehicles from your friends and neighbors at Second Chance Auto. Living and contributing back to the community they serve. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Or call 244-4582.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix-Venina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler on WMIX.
You bet. Welcome back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. We start the second quarter of play. The Mount Vernon Rams trail Althoff 21-0 in the South 7 Conference opener here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. It's presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. We'll tell you more about them here in just a moment. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Rams on the 49-yard line in their own territory. Ball on the far hash as we go left to right this time. Gardner gets a dive. Did he get enough? Looks like he got the first down, so it'll be 1st and 10, 11:55 to go here in the first half. 21-0 Crusaders on top, and the Rams are going to have to not only move the ball, not only get first downs, but they're going to start scoring some points here in a hurry.
Points. I mean, it's a matter of points and scoring touchdowns. I mean, you can't stress any more than that. I mean, it's coming down to, are you guys going to do something, or what's going to happen here? You have to score points.
Reeves under center for the Rams. Double wing back set. It'll be Grider on the right. Left side, it looks like it's C.J. Lloyd. Grider's in motion. Instead, Reeves is going to roll out to pass, trying to find somebody downfield. Looking for Bradford. It was tipped a couple of times. I don't believe anybody came up with it for Althoff, and that is a miracle in itself. Michael Harris might have, to borrow a volleyball term, pancaked it there. It was intercepted. Didn't see the early indication, but I didn't understand how he did not come up with that one. And it'll be first down for the Crusaders on the Ram turnover.
Yeah, another turn. I mean, you know, Mount Vernon threw that one into traffic. There were a lot of white shirts around there, and unfortunately for Mount Vernon, not able to get anything going.
11:28 to go in the first half. The Crusaders will take over on their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Merton's out of the shotgun, single back set with Dennis Jackson, split to the left side. Has a couple of targets. One looks to be number 85, Ryan Kennedy. In motion is going to be number 42, Luke Frazier, trying to get up to that right slot. Merton's looking downfield, plenty of time. Great protection by his line, and he might have just completed one to about the 46. That would be a gain of 12 to the far side. Frazier. Who else?
Frazier.
Frazier's a solid option.
Right now for 95 yards at this point.
Good grief. Hasn't found pay dirt yet, but you have to think that might be coming here. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders on their own 48-yard line. Clock will roll to the 11:17 mark of this first half. Rams booster sponsor, of course, Sarah Staley. Tomorrow is a day that anything can happen. Are you ready? When you meet with Sarah Staley at Country Financial in Mount Vernon, you get a one-on-one relationship and a plan that meets your goals. Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security? Out of the eye this time. Jackson is leveled in the backfield. Looks like that was my man, Mr. Armstrong. Justin Armstrong comes up huge there.
Got in the backfield. Wow. Shed his blocker very nicely to get in the backfield. Threw Althoff for a 5-yard loss.
I love it. 2nd and 13. I thought it was Armstrong. Might have had a number change I wasn't aware of, but that's what I thought I saw. 21-0 Althoff on top. 10:34 to play in this first half. As the clock will roll here, and the Crusaders looking to keep it going. Couple on the left, and are we going to get a delay of game? Play clock struck 0. Nope, Althoff gets the timeout off just in time. This timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop, proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Stop by and get to know the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. 10:16 to play here in the first half. It's a 21-0 ball game. Althoff gets the ball back off of the interception by number 7, I believe it was, Michael Harris. So as a member of the defensive secondary, he came up big here this evening. And man, Althoff looking to move the ball again here. Scores just continue to roll in. We'll keep you updated throughout the night with our scoreboard updates here on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com. We'll slip them in periodically. We'll probably have a pretty big one coming your way during the Second Chance Auto halftime show. For over 32 years, Second Chance Auto is proud to have put families throughout the region in dependable vehicles at reasonable prices. Second Chance Auto, living and contributing to the community they serve. Proud to sponsor the Mount Vernon Rams. Man, oh man. Whoa. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. You can also like us on Facebook. Find us on Facebook, either one. Facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Martins moves to under center here, looking to roll the pass. Has a man coming near side. That's going to be Hawthorne at midfield. It's complete. Gets down to the 45, trying to break to the near sideline. 40. He's off to the races. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, and that.
There's nothing to say. He just has skills and moves in his toolbox that nobody else has on the field in the black jersey. That's the way it goes.
27-0
every time.
Man.
Number 1, Hawthorne.
Have to make a play.
Yes,
and
sir.
Mount Vernon's not. And Althoff is 52-yard touchdown pass. 20-something to be 28-0 if the kick is good.
So Gage it on for the point after. See what they're able to do. Scoring at will going on across the region here tonight. 28-0. The point after is good. Rams trailing to Althoff Crusaders. South 7 openers. 10:03 left to go in this second quarter. Rams football, of course, is presented by Community First Bank. And if you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Maybe one topic that may come up in the halftime show. Might talk about some volleyball postseason assignments. New faces in different places. Could see some new faces in different classes next year as well, in different sports. Never know what's going to happen now from year to year.
Boy, the problem at hand. Mount Vernon with 2 first downs have 23 total yards offense. Make that 28 total yards offense so far. And this has been a dominating performance by the Crusaders here in this first half.
Gagin on to kick for the Crusaders. Back to return for the Rams. Davis, the far man. Near man will be C.J. Lloyd. See if they actually go through the air this time or if they're going to try to go on the ground again. This one will be through the air, and that's going to be Lloyd backing up to about the 5 with his back foot. Trying to go between the hashes. Now cuts back near side to 20. Looking to break to the sideline. He's at the 30, 35, 40, 45. Stays on the sideline. Tight ropes to the 50. Across midfield, 30. Trying to cut back to the far side at about the 25-yard line. And that is a heck of a return of about 75 yards or so for C.J. Lloyd.
Well, it's a classic run return for a guy that's returning a kickoff. Got ahead of his wall there a little bit and kind of slowed down, let the black jerseys catch up to block, gaining about another 25 yards. And the Rams having their best field position and shape of the first half here at the Althoff 22-yard line.
9:50 to play in the first half. 28-0. Rams trailing here, but a good opportunity. Actually got to the 22, so make that a 78-yard return for Lloyd. Double wing back set here for the Rams, split to the right and the left. So spread out double wing here with Reeves under centered. Doug Gardner is going to be your tailback. Man in motion is going to be Robert Grider. It'll be a handoff to Gardner trying to get up that middle, scoots between the hashes down to about the 15. And maybe within the 14. It would be a gain of about 8. It would be 2nd and 2 if I can see properly.
It's an important touchdown here. Very important touchdown. At least it gets you kind of feeling like you're back into this one a little bit.
We'll be looking for a Rend Lake College player of the game after this one. Rend Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu to see how you can save thousands. In motion, Weber this time. Handoff will go up the right side, off tackle to Doug Gardner. Near the near hash. I'd say about the 13. Should be first down yardage.
Again, carried by Gardner.
Well, they gave a better spot than I would have, down to about the 11.5.
Yeah, it was quite a nice spot considering the circumstances.
Generosity. Split to the right, it'll be Zane Young. On the left, Pat Bradford. Reeves under center. Wingbacks will be Thomas Weber and Robert Grider. Doug Gardner, tailback in the backfield here for the Rams, and they're going to look for Doug one more time. He will get stuffed at about the 11. No gainer from where I spot the ball. That doesn't matter. It's 8:42 to play.
One of those going to the well one too many times, and the white shirts over there going, hey, I know what you guys are going to do. And they clogged up that hole quickly based on probably some film and some scouting.
I like that, what you've done there. That's a nice touch. 8:22 to go in the first half. 28-0 is your score. Althoff on top. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. They're on the 11-yard line in the red zone now, trying to make something happen. Reeves looks back to the sideline, looking for the play. 7 on the play clock, down to 6, gets the snap off. And they down number 6 for a loss of 3. 3rd and 13.
2-down territory now. I mean, you're 2 downs away from getting to the first down and or a touchdown. You get a first down without getting in the end zone. And at this point, you've got to be able to get a first down here to keep this drive going. In fact, I'll go beyond that. You have to score here. If you're thinking of any thoughts that come back the rest this way, you have to score here.
Split to the right, it'll be Young in the slot left side. Looks like we have Grider. Split to the left, it'll be Pat Bradford. Reeves under center, has Gardner and Thomas Weber as well. Looking to roll to the right, it's going to be a fade near side for Zane Young. Does he hang on? He does. The end zone fade to Mr. Young, and 13-yard completion means the Rams crack the goose egg. 28-6 Althoff. We'll see what the Rams do for the PAT. 7:26 to play in this first half, and that's good to see. Some first half scoring.
Well, you got to score. I mean, you have to come out and score in this one, and now Mount Vernon has done that. And now you kick the extra point here and try to get it down 28-7 and go from there. Nice to see some touchdowns and the horn going off in the southeast corner.
You betcha. Swinning on for the PAT. Snap and hold. Good. Now the kick's good. It's 28-7. Rams are back within 3 touchdowns. 7:26 to play in this first half. Video on MyWithersRadio.com is fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson. They trade for anything. No smoke in the mirror deals at Dale's. Bikes as low as $29.95. A party every weekend. And Dale's is the only Harley dealer in Southern Illinois that offers a 10-year life cycle warranty. Dale's Harley-Davidson is in Mount Vernon, also on Facebook, Twitter, online at dales-hd.com. Good to hear that Mount Vernon loyalty.
Being better to hear the horn go off more because that's what Mount Vernon needs.
Let's see the horn go off. Let's see some push-ups from the Ram cheerleaders. 28-7 your score. Rams trying to give it a go here in the second quarter. 7:26 to play. They'll kick off. It'll be Hawthorne and Jackson back to Jackson back to return for the Crusaders. Hawthorne stands at about the 10.5 on the near side. Deep man at about the 10 far will be Jackson.
Put this thing in the end zone. Don't let them return it and take your chances starting them at their own 20.
Swinnon certainly has a leg to do it. We just haven't been able to see him many times this year.
And the speed demons are back there in Hawthorne and Jackson for Althoff.
Here it comes, and that's going to be a line drive picked up by Hawthorne about the 20. Some trouble. That picks it up off the ground. He breaks to the outside. The Rams will be in trouble. Almost tripped up at about the 25. Pulled down finally at the 30.
I was pretty impressed. I was impressed with the way what Hawthorne did. He was going down to one knee and was going to catch it. And I think he actually kind of dropped it so his knee wouldn't be down and able to pick it up and run and go forward. I thought that's a pretty heads-up play by high school kids.
So a presence of mind play rather than a mental mistake.
Right.
I got you. Huh.
Yeah, that
does not surprise me in the least bit.
That was not a oops, I dropped it. That was a presence of mind
has some talent.
And one of those things where a high school kid kind of figures out what to do and what not to do.
Definitely some talent there in this Althoff senior class. 28-7, Rams trailing. 7:18 to play in the second quarter. Rolling to his right is Mertens looking to complete. It's in and out of the hands of Hawthorne.
Got a break.
Yeah,
he was rolling to his right was Mertens, and he rolls to his right and tries to hit Hawthorne, who was going from his right to his left and threw it behind him. Should have thrown it off the front left shoulder and threw it off the back.
You'll have that. We have 7:14 left to play here in the first half. A 28-7 ball game. Rams on the not so great end of that. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Crusaders. Ball on their own 29-yard line. They will stick Kennedy and Hawthorne here on this near side. I formation. It'll be Mertens handing off to Jackson. Shook a couple of tackles. Gets to the 35. Trying to make a break to the 40 on the near hash. Gets to about the 38. Gain of 9 would bring up 3rd and 1 unofficially with 7:03 to play in the half.
Puts him over 100 yards rushing on 3 carries. Of course, he had 2 50-yard runs. They have a Mount Vernon player down.
Looks like it might be Graham Hinkin. 7 minutes to play in this first half. We'll be back on the air Monday night, I believe. Not the right week. Monday night at Salem. There you go. Figured that one out. Lady Rams Volleyball will be back with you Monday night. Our next Ram football broadcast, of course, comes from Marion next Friday night. 6:40 is your pregame. Video online, of course, at mywithersradio.com. Back on your radio on WMIX. We have a couple of volleyball matches next week. I think I'd know that off the top of my head. Cahokia comes to Shagnon on September the 20th. Ought to be a barn burner. We'll have that for you with video as well on mywithersradio.com. And then we'll almost be to October. Next time we'll be back here, it'll be in October. I believe it'll be October the 5th when we come back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. South 7 road swing through Marion and Carbondale next couple of weeks. Cahokia and Centralia back at home on the 5th and the 12th. And then the Rams will close out their regular season on Friday, October the 19th at Mount Carmel. Battle of Mounts. Hopefully it'll be Paramount. Woof. We're going to get you some scores here in just a moment. Try to get a scoreboard update in momentarily. Score here is 28-7 Crusaders. 3rd and 1 for Althoff. They're going right to left here in the second quarter. Up 28-7 over your Mount Vernon Rams.
Time to make a play. Get somebody, strip the football after you get him stopped or go in motion and get a strip.
Forced turnover would definitely be nice. In this Althoff drive, Mertens looking to hand off to his fullback, number 44. I believe that to be my man, Brett Silvestri.
By the spot from the official coming in from the far side, he should be short. Did not get many yards.
Looks like it'll be 4th and minimal.
Althoff, if I'm confident up by 3 touchdowns, I think I stick it and let Mertens go on the quarterback keeper off silent count, walk up, tap the center on the butt, get the snap, and go your way.
Well, the thing
I would not even be fazed by worried about getting stopped here.
Mertens is just so big, 6'3", 220. Right. It'd be amazing to see what he could do if he could get through.
You don't need to say anything. You tell your guys I'm not going to say anything. It's going to be a center and I, and we're going to go. Middle's open. He could do it right now.
Yep.
Wow.
Pitch will go to the outside. It'll be to the right to Garland Henley, who had a touchdown through the air earlier. Now trying to make a break past midfield. It's to the races. They're going to have trouble catching up with him. 20-10-5, touchdown far side. As he rolls into the end zone, Jacoby Marshall gave it a heck of an effort, just could not catch up with the speed. From number 22, Garland Henley, the 6'1" senior, weighs $170, and it's 34-7. What was that, 62 yards?
Yep. Whew. Yep. What do I know? I was wanting to get a first down. They go pitch out right, sweep to the wide side of the field, and let him get out there in the open and make some plays.
Wow.
That was big.
They down number 22. He goes 62 for 6. Trying to make it 35 here. Gauging on the point after attempt with 5:58 to play here in this first half. Rams trying to get a block on it. I think, kind of getting ahead of the kicker Gauging. It's a line drive underneath the crossbar of the goalpost, and it'll remain 34-7. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX. Jeff Crow helping bring you the video on mywithersradio.com. Jesse Clark, of course, back at the Mount Vernon studios. They're about 7 shy of the top of the hour. 5:58 remains in the first half. It's a 34-7 ball game from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Glad to have you along for the ride. Presented by Community First Bank with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking, member FDIC. Mount Carmel and Mater Dei should be 23 minutes into that one. They got a 7:30 start tonight. Try to get you caught up on all the action here in just a moment. Unreal.
Yep, and there's nobody can look around but the guys in the black jerseys and say, what do we got to do?
Got to make something happen here. At some point, the ratio of scoring has to go back to the black, and we'll see what happens. That's going to take a bad hop. Davis will come up with it just beyond the 20 at about the 18. He's not going to get there. Big wall comes at him on the far side inside the hash. And at the 18 is where the Rams will start in their own territory. 1st and 10, 5:51 to play in this first half.
And you look at this Althoff team playing what would be a 6A school. And they could be a 2A team if everything breaks the right way come postseason, playing the likes of Johnston City.
How crazy is
KC
that?
Westfield, things like that. I mean, that's the situation of the enrollment that could happen if everything breaks as it could.
That's just nuts. Smaller enrollment than some of the river-to-river and diamond schools when you factor in some co-ops. As Reeves is going to roll right. It's going to be to Lloyd coming up the near side. Gets to about the 25-26. Would be a gain of 6. And that's where they're going to spot the ball. It'll be near hash on the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Rams. Got out of bounds. Clock will stop. 5:45 to play in this first half. Rams, of course, down 27 points here, 34-7. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Bradford left. Split to the right. It'll be Young. Couple of wing backs here. And it will be to Grider up the left side on a jet sweep. Didn't look like he got much on him. May have gotten a gain of 1. If he got to the 27, it'd be 3rd and 3.
You got to score. It's one of those deals now. First downs will help, but, boy, you got to score some points. And the next thing you got to do is figure out how to stop this Althoff offense. A lot of people in the South 7 in the next 4 weeks are going to have trouble stopping the Crusaders.
You bet. I can think of a couple of games that'll be very interesting to watch. As this will be up the near side to Lloyd. May have gotten to about the 29.5 trying to sweep it up. That'll be 4th and short. 5:04 to play in the second quarter. 34-7 Althoff on top. Jet sweep to the right. Doesn't pan out that time. See what the Rams do here on 4th down. I thought it was going to be 4th.
Yeah, I think
did I take it down away?
You know, you got 4th and short, and you almost – I don't know. It's a tough decision down there. Punting is available, as is going for it. If you don't go for it, you better get ready to probably be down 41-42-7 because short field with Althoff's offense right now clicking the way it is, they could score some points.
See how the Rams attack it here. See if it's going to be the QB keeper to Reeves. Does he tap the center? We'll find out. The ball will be on the near hash at the 29.
Nobody jumped.
They jumped back.
Nobody jumped.
Didn't
you got to
jump
run
forward.
a play. You got to call timeout. Yep. Referees didn't go for it. Mount Vernon was trying to draw them off sides. They jumped, but probably didn't jump forward far enough to break the neutral zone. And with that being the case, Mount Vernon didn't get the penalty, and they had to waste a timeout.
Those Crusaders knew what was going on. Remains 4th and 1 for the Rams. 4:20 to play in this first half. This timeout's presented by the Medicine Shop. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop. Proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Stop by and get to know the Medicine Shop. 2339 Broadway, Mount Vernon. Any scores coming in?
Second quarter, Kokia Marion tied at 14. Second quarter, Centralia Carbondale Orphans leads 16-3. Another score, I'll go down the list. Benton leads Heron now 18-7. Harrisburg over Murphy 14-12. DeJay over DuQuoin 8-6. Carterville over Pinckneyville 14-6. Carmi over Hamilton County 28-6. Chester over CZR 34-0. El Dorado over Fairfield 20-16. And JC over Alvarado Trico by a score of 21-0. An update on the Carmi game that is now at half, as it is 28-6. Carmi over Hamilton County as the Foxes trying to avert a 0-4 start as well.
Tony Wilt, scoreboard update. State Farm Insurance. We'll tell you more about him a little bit later on. 4th and 1 for the Rams. Reeves is under center with Bradford split left, Young split to the right. And it's going to be up the middle and not much on it. Got to about the 30. It's going to depend on the spot.
Hello. Somebody
Whoa.
got their checks over across the way. I'm telling you what, that was a favorable spot that Reeves got.
Wow. So the Rams get the first down. 4:15 to play as the clock pauses momentarily here in the second quarter. 34-7 is your score. The Rams offense is going to have to strike quick, strike often here in the twilight of this second quarter in the first half. With 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dix, Ina, and Woodlawn, Community First Bank proud to be the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams and Lady Rams. Welcome back to Personal Banking. It's going to be up the middle to Gardner. Leveled pretty hard at about the 31.5. We're going to say 2nd and 10. Maybe they'll give it to him. I don't know.
Under 3:45 to go after this next play. Go time. Mount Vernon with 1 timeout left. Best thing to do if you don't score in this situation is you do not give up another score for the end of the half. Because Althoff has the ball to start that second half.
Spread double wing here for the Rams. It'll be Reeves looking for the quick strike to Young. Through his hands at about the 38. Would have had plenty of room to run for first down yardage, and that will bring up 3rd and 8. Clock will stop at 3:22 to go. 34-7 Crusaders here as we wind down the first half of action. Top of the hour here. We'll go ahead and pause for station identification. This is Rams Radio.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football on AM 940 WMIX Mount Vernon with video streaming on mywithersradio.com. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
There you have it. Reeves under center as we get back to the action. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow with us in the booth. Jesse Clark back at the Mount Vernon studio. Reeves is under center. A couple of wingbacks. One will be the reserve quarterback, Thomas Weber, trying to get to the outside. Had to push one of his own men out of his way, and that's going to be not much. Gets to about the 35. Gain of 2 will bring up 4th and 6.
Well, if you went for it with 10 yards earlier, you're going to go for it now. 2 down territory.
We'll see what happens. 3 minutes to play in the first half. The Rams trail 34-7. And Althoff is going to assume the punt. They will send Jackson and Hawthorne back to return. They will stand on or near the 30-yard line, near and far. We'll see if Reeves is able, or excuse me, if Bradford's able to get a nice punt off here and keep them pinned back a little bit, or what the Rams are going to do. Maybe fake. We'll find out. And trying to block the man. Good job there by Reeves. Bradford gets the punt off. It'll be about the 30. It'll be Jackson trying to stroll up the near hash. Shook a man. Gets to the 40. Trying to cut back. Somehow stays on his feet at the 45. Young and I thought maybe number 81, Nathan Ford, in on that tackle. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Decent field position near midfield.
The umpire needs to count how many players are on the field for both teams a little quicker than when the ball is snapped, because it makes it a lot tougher to do that. Just saying.
Uh-oh.
He was counting as the play was going on. By that point, it was over.
Yeah, you got to be pretty quick.
Got to be quicker than that.
2:20 to play in this first half. Rams trailing 34-7. The Crusaders have plenty of time to strike. 1st and 10 from their own 48 out of the shotgun. It'll be Mertens. Loads up on the right side. Jackson looking to get it out in the flat. No, it's going to be complete to Frazier at about the 40-yard line. Brought down inside the 40 at about the 37. And that'll be a gain of about 15 through the air.
12 first downs for Althoff. They're in their no-huddle hurry-up offense as they're going to try to get some more points up here at the half.
They're saying, let's go. 2:12 to go in the half. 1st and 10 from the Ram 37. Mertens with a single back in the shotgun. Looking towards the right now. He'll look left. Trying to find it on the slant. Could be pass interference on Marshall. They're not going to go for it. Going to say that he touched the shoulder as he was going for the ball, looking back toward the quarterback. So that'll fall incomplete. Stops the clock at 2:02. Second quarter action, 34-7. Althoff on top. 2nd and 10 now for the Crusaders. Ball will be on the Mount Vernon 37. Spotted on that far hash. Spotted.
Plenty of time. Althoff has 2 timeouts.
They use them conservatively.
Pro set. 3 receivers out wide to the right.
Lone man on the left. Rolling to his right side is Mertens. Not going to throw across his body. He's going to look back to that left side. Almost picked off.
That pass was caught, but it was out of bounds. Did not get 1 foot in.
Good job by his counterpart Clayton Reeves in the secondary to break that one up. 3rd and 10 now for the Crusaders. So, if you're looking for positives, that was a good job by the Ram defense that time. However, it's 3rd and 10. Still a couple of downs for the Crusaders to work with here and make something happen.
I'd like to see when you have a right-handed quarterback and a team rolls right-hand quarterback out to the right side where a strong arm is. It makes it a lot easier on a high school kid to throw a ball.
Mertens out of the shotgun. 3 on the left, 1 on the right. It's going to be Jackson. He goes backward a little bit. Shook a couple of tackles. He'll finally be brought down by a loss by Doug Gardner beyond the 40 at about the 37. That's going to be a significant loss. It'll be 4th and long now for Althoff.
That's when you pull him to the side, say, young fella, you need to run where your blockers are at. You don't need to be out there dancing around behind that line of scrimmage. You're good, but you're not pro good. Get in there and follow your blockers. He was wanting to do too many spins to show off his speed.
4th and long for Althoff. 1:22 to play in this first half. Crusaders 34, the Rams 7.
Well, let's give a support to this defense.
They're going to go for it here. Throw set shotgun now for the Crusaders. Looking to his right. Mertens looking deep downfield. Looking for, I believe, Garland. Henley, did he bring it down?
Yes, he
strolls into the far corner. 37-yard touchdown reception for Garland Henley, whose name I keep forgetting. I want to call him Hanley. And it's 40-7. 4-0-7. Point after will be coming.
That was pretty easy. Just a go route down that right side of the field and throw it out there and let Henley run underneath it. And that's his 4th reception of the game.
WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square of Mount Vernon. You can find them online. Browse their new or pre-owned inventory at fordsquare.com or find them on Facebook or their physical location in the Mount Vernon replica, 1501 Broadway. Gauging on for the point after, looking to make it 41. Gets this one well in the air this time. Had the loft, had the horizontal location. It's 41-7. Crusaders are up 34 with a minute to play in this first half, and the Rams will have a smidge of time to work with, only one timeout as they try to get back into this one. Saturday sports show tomorrow morning will be after the 8 o'clock news, as always, on AM 940. Audio online at mywithersradio.com. Of course, glad to have those of you watching on mywithersradio.com tonight. Tell us what you think about it. Tweet us at WMIX Sports. We're on Facebook as well at WMIX Sports. It's kind of redundant. Good thing it's the same thing. Makes it easy. Rams will send out Lloyd and Davis to return. Lloyd had a heck of a return earlier to the tune of 78 yards. Gave the Rams pretty good field position. They were able to score off of it.
Not a lot you can do as far as taking care of Althoff and their defense or their offense. And Althoff is racking up some major points here in this first half, 41 of them to be exact.
See what the Rams can do with a minute to play. One timeout, second quarter. Here comes a kick from Gage, and it'll be on the ground. Off of the worm burn. It'll be picked up near side. No, it won't. Still some issues with it. Davis somehow sneaks through a pile. Gets to about the 25, so that could have been a lot worse. 53.1 seconds to go. The Rams will have first and 10 from their own 27. Trailing 41-7.
Yeah, halftime where Mount Vernon needs to get into half and recover.
We'll have your Heartland Accounting halftime stats coming up in our halftime show. Get started right and let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B, your small business expert. Spread out the double wing here. If you're the orange and black, Reeves is under center. In motion, it's going to be Lloyd. He's going to try to come up this outside. Gets to about the 30, gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Hmm. 41-7 Crusaders. .33 seconds left to go in the half, and the Rams not in any hurry. I think they're content.
Big plays. 50 yards, 50 yards, 46 yards, 52 yards, 62 yards, 37 yards. Your touchdowns for Althoff.
They were looking at the quick connect on the near side. Young jumps for it, can't come down with it. He'll stop the clock with 20.2 seconds left, but the pass to the near side on the incomplete makes 3rd and 7. Ball still on the 30-yard line for the Rams in their own territory. Going to need a couple of deep bombs if they're going to score here before the half.
With one timeout, and with it being 3rd down, you want to get a first down, get that clock stopped, and get up to the line of scrimmage and get ready for another play quickly.
So Reeves under center in motion Weber, and that's going to be a legal procedure.
And a fumble.
Yeah, it was fumbled, picked up by Althoff.
And they'll decline that procedure penalty.
You bet.
And therefore keep the football, and that will be the 3rd turnover on Mount Vernon here in this first half.
And with 13 seconds to go, they are just outside the red zone. 41-7 Crusaders. Of course they're going to decline.
I would.
No brainer.
Did they not have the fumble?
I thought they did.
I thought they did as well.
Legal procedure against the Rams is declined by Althoff.
That makes it 4th down either way.
All right.
I saw somebody going the other way for Althoff running with a football. That's why I was curious. One thing about the first half, Mount Vernon's cut their penalties down from previous weeks. No penalties in the first half.
Right. End of the first half, the Althoff Crusaders 41. The Mount Vernon Rams 7. This is Rams football presented by Community First Bank.
High school sports are here, and the WMIX Saturday Sports Show is where you can stay up to date in the world of local sports. In fact, it's the only sports show to be recognized by the Illinois Broadcasters Association as a top feature radio program. Tune us in every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news, only on AM 940 and mywithersradio.com. The Saturday Sports Show is presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
Startup businesses, when they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit. And starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more. That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new regional health center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Do you feel like there just isn't enough time to get everything done? Back-to-school errands taking up all of your spare time? Hi, this is Monica Wilt with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon, and I can help. Sign up for online banking at peoplesnationalbank.com and save time by paying all of your bills on the web. Just set up a vendor, enter the amount, and you're done. Online banking from People's National Bank. Let us help you take back your spare time.
People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The tradition of fine vehicles and great service continues at Second Chance Auto. They've been providing quality cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for families like yours for over 32 years. And many are priced under $10,000, plus most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Bank rate financing available with instant approval. No gimmicks, no pressure, just honest deals on great vehicles from your friends and neighbors at Second Chance Auto, living and contributing back to the community they serve. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon, or call 244-4582.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX. The Second Chance Auto halftime show starts now.
And we welcome you back, J.D. Shields, Memorial Stadium, Mount Vernon Rams football here on WMIX, mywithersradio.com with streaming video. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Second Chance Auto believes in lasting relationships, and that's why generations of families have continued coming back for over 32 years. The largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in one location, most priced under $10,000. It's Second Chance Auto, proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Jeff Crow with us, bringing that aforementioned streaming video on mywithersradio.com. Jesse Clark, of course, back at our Mount Vernon studios. We're here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. At the break, the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Althoff Crusaders 41-7 in their South 7 Conference opener in D.C. It's been all Althoff all the time.
It's big plays, and they're just throwing the ball up. They're making plays. They're making big plays when they do it. And when you make big plays like they're doing, you're going to score points quickly. You don't have to worry about time of possession, and that's what they've done in this one. And unfortunately for Mount Vernon, it's a case of they're not making tackles. They're letting guys get around them. They're not wrapping, or they're wrapping but not taking down. And when you're hit and you don't take people down, other teams going to make nice long plays. And boy, the plays have been long and many here for Althoff in this first half.
They really have. And of course, we have plenty coming up on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. We'll have the Heartland Accounting halftime stats. We also owe you an extensive Tony Wilt State Farm Insurance scoreboard update. More of that to come here on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Analysis of that first half and more. We need to take a break. This is Rams Football from WMIX Sports.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Backaches, bad hips, rickety knees? Why not try aquatic therapy? The Red Lake College Aquatic Center has more than a swimming pool. Try a 6-lane, 75-foot lap pool, along with a whirlpool 10 feet in diameter and a 10-foot by 20 hydrotherapy pool. Aquatic therapy is very affordable. In many cases, the tuition is waived entirely. With special access and dressing areas for the elderly and physically challenged, getting in the water is easy. Experts are on hand to assist with various areas of aquatic fitness and rehab. Call 437-5321, extension 1207, or visit rlc.edu.
As the years go by, I love to think about the great moments that I've been a part of. Being a member of the St. Louis Cardinals, whether it was going deep in a World Series as a player.
Here's the pitch to Shannon. Swung on. Deep into left field.
Calling a postseason classic is thrilling as well. There's nothing like the thrill of Redbirds baseball. Listen all season long, right here at today's Hot Country, 50,000 watt WMIX FM. What an evening of baseball.
Protect yourself and the ones you love by getting a flu shot at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. It's the smart and healthy thing to do. Just walk right in. No appointments necessary, and no prescription from your doctor is required. The shot is covered under Medicare Part B. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We have a seasonal flu shot event, which is not just one day, but usually 4 or 5 days that we schedule nurses to come in and give shots. I can also give shots to anybody who can't make those specific days, for example.
Get your flu vaccine between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Save these dates in September, Tuesday the 18th and 25th, and in October, Thursday the 4th and 18th. If you're homebound, every effort will be made to schedule a home visit. Call us if you require the service. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depends on your hometown professionals. Pekin Insurance.
This is your home for Rams Radio, WMIX.
And we welcome you back on the Second Chance Auto Halftime Show, WMIX, MyWeathersRadio.com. 41-7, Althoff up here at the half. We need to get to a scoreboard update here in just a moment. First, let me tell you, Second Chance Auto believes in lasting relationships. That's why generations of families have continued coming back for over 32 years. Second Chance Auto lives and contributes to the community they serve. Proud to sponsor. Yep. Your Mount Vernon Rams. We will get to that scoreboard update if we're ready for one. It's presented by Tony Wilt State Farm.
Halftime scores: Koki over and Marion tied at 14. Centralia over Carbondale 16-3. Benton over Heron 18-7. Harrisburg over Murfreesboro 14-12. DuQuoin over AJ 9-8. Carterville over Pinckneyville 22-6, and Nashville over Sparta 21-20 at the half. Third quarter: Carmi over Hamilton County 35-6. At the half, Chester over CZR 47-0. Halftime, El Dorado over Fairfield 20-16, and Johnston City over Alvarado Trico at the half. Surprisingly low score, 21-0.
Scoreboard update presented by Tony Wilt State Farm Insurance. Tony invites you to come in and join the State Farm team located at the corner of 42nd and South Water Tower in Mount Vernon, or online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can find some of our analysis outside the game on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Find us on Facebook as well, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. More to come here on your Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. We still owe you the Heartland Accounting halftime stats. We'll get to all of that in just a bit. We'll go ahead and take another quick break. This is Rams Football on WMIX.
I'm Evie Round with Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next drive weather. Partly cloudy and cooler tonight, low 49 to 53. Downward for tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Pleasant, high 78. There's a partly cloudy and cool tomorrow night, a low 47 to 51.
And then on Sunday, sunshine mixing with clouds and nice, a high temperature again 78. Monday, times of clouds and sunshine with a high of 80. It may shower Monday night. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. This is Matt Watercutty with Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon, and I love that saying because it describes what we do and how we roll every single day. Well, listen up. We're living up to that saying with an amazing event on Saturday, September 22nd, starring Hill Conduct for the most incredible heart-stopping stunt riding you've ever seen. There will be 3 exciting stunt riding shows at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., along with tattoos by the Bearded Lady Tattoo Parlor. There will be great food by Bugsy Chicago Dogs, excellent music, and prizes too. You don't want to miss the stunt riding by Hill Conduct, Saturday, September 22nd, only at Dale's Harley-Davidson. We're the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois, just off I-57 on North 44th in Mount Vernon. Call 618-244-4116. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or visit us at sales-hd.com. Remember, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
Do you feel like there isn't enough time to get everything done? Back to school bills draining your wallet? Hi, this is Joy Schrader, mortgage specialist with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon, and I can help. By refinancing your current mortgage to a lower rate mortgage with People's National Bank, you can put some of that money back in your wallet. Stop by today and let People's National Bank ease your back-to-school debt.
People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Startup businesses, may come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
High school sports are here, and the WMIX Saturday Sports Show is where you can stay up to date in the world of local sports. In fact, it's the only sports show to be recognized by the Illinois Broadcasters Association as a top feature radio program. Tune us in every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news, only on AM 940 and MyWithersRadio.com. The Saturday Sports Show is presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
Hello, I'm Morgan. A few months ago, my gynecologist said that I needed surgery, a hysterectomy. I thought for sure I'd have to leave Southern Illinois to have it done. But I was surprised to find out that not only could Good Samaritan Regional Health Center do the surgery, they had one of the nation's most advanced surgical systems. They called it the Da Vinci. It was basically this robot that translated whatever movements the surgeon was making into even tinier, more precise movements. My doc even told me that over 100 of these procedures had been done at Good Samaritan. Well, the surgery went great, and I was out of the hospital in no time. And because I was close to home, my whole family was with me every step of the way. Good Samaritan is my new hospital of choice. And starting in 2013, they'll be opening an all-new regional health center with even more advanced services. It makes me happy to know they'll still be around when my kids have families and need specialized medical care. That means a lot to me.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
For more scores and insights, follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Now back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Here at halftime, where the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Althoff Crusaders 41-7. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. We do owe you the Heartland Accounting halftime stats. We'll take a look at those.
Oh, the first downs. Mount Vernon with 5, Althoff with 13. Mount Vernon with 2 turnovers. Althoff has none. Mount Vernon has not been penalized in the half compared to 2 for 10 for Althoff. Rushing, Mount Vernon with 59 yards rushing compared to 171 for Althoff. Passing, Mount Vernon with 11 to 198 for Althoff. That gives a total of Mount Vernon 70 total yards to 269 for Althoff. Here at the half with the Crusaders leading 41-7 on the road here at Mount Vernon.
Get started right. Let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B, your small business expert. Of course, elephant in the room is a 41-7 score. Going into the second half, Danny, what can you do if you're the Rams? I mean, is a comeback even possible at this point?
I don't want to I don't want to say anything that's going to like disappoint people.
Well, I understand.
But you're down 43-7 to a team that's ranked 9th in Class 3A. They have shown no signs of letting up, and you're 1 touchdown away to 2 from, it's 43. What is it? 41-7.
41-7.
Yeah. So you got 34. You're 1 touchdown away from heading down that short clock. So they have not been stopped. Mount Vernon hasn't done much to provide any resistance, and I don't want to be the Nancy negative here.
You're not.
But the thing you have to be real is 1 more touchdown. They got the ball to start the half. Mount Vernon has not done anything to stop them. And you look at the touchdown plays, and these are unofficial: 50, 50, 46, 52, 62, 37. That's the touchdown yardage plays for the Crusaders here tonight. When you're doing things like that, you're not going to be able to stop a team that quickly. And again, Althoff will probably score 1 to maybe 2 more touchdowns with their starters. And then by that point, it's a short clock, and the clock will be running in the second half. Realistic. You have to be. If you're on the other side in the black jerseys, again, you're playing for pride. You're playing to see who will stand up in a situation like this when your chips aren't in your favor, who can come out and get in the trenches with you and fire back and fight back, because you still got 5 more weeks this season coming up. You have some guys that are playing for positions not only now but for next year, and other things they're going to be doing. It's a gut check time. Here it is again. Every week that goes by with every game, if it goes like this, gut check time for these Mount Vernon football Rams.
Well, indeed it is. This is your second chance auto halftime show here at the half. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the Althoff Crusaders 41-7, and Danny hit the nail on the head. Danny Czerwinski is alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Jeff Crow with us as well. Jesse Clark back at the studios here in Mount Vernon. That's the thing that you have to kind of keep remembering is the fact that 1 more touchdown, extra point or no extra point, turns this into a 40-point game, turns it into a running clock. So should it become that, should it get to that point, if you're the Rams, Danny, and I think you nailed it perfectly, just see who's going to kind of stand up and basically in this situation show triumph outside of trying to find a stop and not allowing a big gain that turns into a touchdown. I'm really not sure what any keys might be here in this second half for the Rams.
You shoot for not letting them score that next touchdown. You shoot for getting some points your way. Maybe a couple touchdowns, some onside kicks your way, other things of nature. You got to do some different things, and that's what you're building on. You're building on now at this point. And again, we're not saying this to say it can't happen, but we're saying the odds are not in favor of Mount Vernon coming back into this one. So you're playing for next week. You're playing to get better for Mary. You're playing to do these things. And right now, that's Mount Vernon. And again, Althoff's going to have the football to start this second half, if I can remember right. And with that being the case, Mount Vernon has to come out and make a stop right out of the gate. And if you can't get something done here, you go on the road to Marion and Carbondale, who Marion and Kokia is in a dogfight tied at 14. Centray is leading Carbondale 16-3. From what I've been told, Centray is playing the best they can, and they're only up 13 at Carbondale. So you've got 2 tough road games coming up the next 2 weeks, and it's going to be like, well, what are you going to do then?
Well, it definitely gets interesting because I believe Centray has Althoff next week. And that one was on the road, I believe, at Belleville West last year. That one will be at Evers Field next Friday night. That one should be a dandy of a rematch next Friday night in Centralia.
You have Mount Vernon's at Marion, Althoff's at Centray, and Carbondale goes to Cahokia. Again, by my count, I don't know what Mascoutah and Triad are doing because I know Waterloo's at Triad, but you have a possibility to, of getting some more playoff points 4, 5, 6 your way again. Because Mount Carmel's winning, Rochester's winning. You know that 3 of your opponents in the South 7 are winning. You get a couple more, 7 or 8 more points. It doesn't matter. You got to get 5 wins, but again, that's a lot of points.
Well, and it's likely, speaking of Rochester, their last loss of the season came in week 2. I mean, still some tough games to be played in that CSA for the Rochester Rockets. I know they still have Glenwood to go, I believe. But you look at that, and that's a team that's going to keep getting you postseason playoff points. Mount Carmel's going to keep rolling in that tough Big 8 conference. We'll see what happens. Rams will kick off. It'll be Swinton. Some trouble with it. It'll be picked up by Jackson about the 22-yard line. Not going to get much to about the 26, where the Crusaders will start here in the second half. 5 seconds in, they're up 41-7. Trying to get that touchdown to get that clock rolling to a running clock. See where I'm at here. Community First Bank of the Heartland helps bring you Rams Athletics on the radio. They are our official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank does keep it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Mertens and the crew return to the field for the Althoff Crusaders. The ball is on their own 27-yard line near hash. It's 1st and 10. Mertens will work out of the shotgun. 2-back set now with 3 wide receivers, 2 on the right. And it'll be a handoff to Jackson rolling up that right side. Past the 30 down to about the 32-yard line. Gain of 5. We'll bring up 2nd and 5 now for the Crusaders as they start this second half of the football, trying to move it.
Interesting to see what their edict will be in the second half. They're going to pound the ball at Mount Vernon and run some clock, or they're going to come out and try to throw the ball up and down the field with Mertens and see what they can get done early and get this one on ice and get the JV team in.
Oh, they do everything they did in the first half, and that's do everything well. Whew. It's an Althoff team that'll give you nightmares. Under center this time for Mertens. He's going to roll to the near side. Doesn't really have anybody. He's trying to look for Hawthorne. Instead, he'll float one up to Silvestri, just out of his reach. Could have a late hit here.
Seriously, why do people roll quarterbacks right-handed out to the left?
I've never understood that.
I don't understand that. I know there's ways and reasons to do that.
Sure.
But that's, you're making a quarterback, especially at this level, it's hard to do. I would not do it at this level unless I had to shuffle up some plays. I mean, you can do it the next 2 levels because those guys are pretty skilled, but when you're rolling a quarterback out like this, you're really putting a lot of pressure on him to do that.
It is 3rd and 6 for the Crusaders. Ball on their own 31-yard line, far hash. On the left side, split, it'll be Ryan Kennedy. In the slot on the left, it will be Hawthorne. Split to the right, I assume Frazier. I set here. It'll be a pitch coming to the near side for Althoff. That looked to be number 22, Henley on the ground. That's going to be a good stop for the Rams, pinned behind the most current line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th and about 8.
And that's something you have to do. You build on that. You make all Althoff punt. Your goal is to not let this game be a short game. That's your entire goal at this point. And the longer you prevent it, the more you score, obviously you can get yourself back into this one.
4th and 8 for the Crusaders. 10:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. 41-7, Althoff on top. Here comes the punt. Back to return for the Rams will be Jacoby Marshall. Will it get to him? It'll take a bounce at about the 40. And rest at about the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams as they see what they can do here. Down 34, 41-7.
There's your stop.
In the 3rd. There you go.
There's your stop.
Build on this.
Build on it. See what happens. Go from there. And now you got to score points. I mean, you can't sit there and be happy with getting a couple positive plays. Time to be greedy is time, and that time is now.
10:30 to play in the 3rd quarter. The ball will be spotted far hash, 35-yard line in Ram territory. It'll be 1st and 10. Split to the right. It'll be Zane Young. On the left, it's Bradford. Pretty well the same set, same personnel for the Rams here in the second half to start on their first drive. Handoff will go up the middle. It'll be Doug Gardner for gain of about 2 along that hash far side. Maybe 3. It could be 2nd and 7 at best here for the Rams. 10:19 to play in the 3rd quarter. Video on MyWithersRadio.com is fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson, where they trade for anything. Bikes as low as $29.95. There's a party every weekend. And, of course, Dale's, that famous 10-year life of cycle warranty. In fact, they're the only Harley dealer in Southern Illinois that offers that warranty. Find out more at dales-hd.com or find them right here in Mount Vernon. 2nd and 7 now for the Rams. Ball on their own 38-yard line. Reeves under center, and it is going to be Reeves rolling to his right. Has Bradford open at about the midfield. He's going to have to keep it here. Gets past the line of scrimmage. Maybe got first down yardage on the ground here up the near sideline. Shy of midfield.
Nice play. He had a defender coming behind him, a lineman. He knew he wasn't going to catch him, so he's worried about the linebackers, and he had that football cracked up there by his helmet, and you could tell that Althoff wasn't kind of running to run up there and get to him because he didn't know if he's going to throw it. Smart play by the senior, way to do it, and 1st down for Mount Vernon.
Very good job. Had Bradford covered up on top, and then up the right side, not much going for Zane Young. Good job by the senior QB, Clayton Reeves. Split to the right, it'll be Jacoby Marshall. On the left, Pat Bradford. The wingbacks are C.J. Lloyd and Robert Grider. Your tailback will be Doug Gardner here. 9:43 mark of the 3rd quarter. Reeves is going to quickly turn around, try to complete a pass off of a slant near side. Did Marshall come up with it?
Saying he did. Saying he didn't. Now they'll talk. It's going to be, what? Chop block. No. Oh, it's chop block. That's what it is. Chop block.
So this will come back. I didn't even see the flag.
The signal was pitiful. But
we'll have that.
It will, and that's going to be a nice mark-off for Althoff back towards Mount Vernon. In fact, 10, I think it's 15, actually. Yep, 15. First penalty of the night comes at an inopportune time for the Rams.
Man. So how about first and forever?
Still first down for the Rams.
Ball will be on their own 33. First down markers in Althoff territory at about the 42-ish. Reeves will be under center, split to the left and split to the right. Marshall on the right, Bradford left, and it's going to be Lloyd coming around on a sweep to the near side. Gets past the 35 down to about the 38-39. Gain of possibly 6. Would make it 2nd and 18. We'll drop below the 9-minute mark here in the third quarter. Rams trailing 41-7 to the Crusaders as the Rams open up South 7 play this week. Next week on the road at Marion. We hope you'll join us. 6:40 is your pregame. 7 o'clock your kickoff. Right here, WMIX video at mywithersradio.com. Should be an interesting setup next week.
Oh, it'll be last time you see that field in grass, at least for the Mount Vernon perspective.
That's true. That is true. It's going to be a handoff coming up the right side as Gardner tried to cut toward the near sideline, stuck along that hash, couldn't get much out of it. It'll be third, and I don't know, maybe about 16 or so on a gain of a couple. 8:38 to play in this third quarter, still 41-7. Althoff, and of course Marion, yet another school that's going to go that route.
As of now, all 3 road teams winning in the South 7. All 2 out of 3 road teams winning in the Mississippi Division. It's a road team kind of night so far in some of the conferences.
Orphans, I understand, building a nice lead on the road there at Carbondale. Blyer Field will be there in 2 weeks. 8:12 to play in the third. Rams with the football. Reeves going to roll to the right, complete to Jacoby Marshall at about midfield. Gets down to about the 48. It's going to be a gain of about 10. It'll bring up 4th and 7 now for the Rams, who at one point had pretty good field position. We'll drop below the 8-minute mark here on this particular play. Still 41-7 Crusaders. Hey, there's my phone. Wonder where that went. There you are.
Couple teams that are kind of stubbing their toe a little bit here and there. Couple weeks in a row.
Yeah.
In the area, just kind of seeing some different things going on.
Of course, we're past the bottom of the hour. We'll just tell you this is WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Reeves under center, split left and right. It'll be looking for Marshall, almost picked off by Silvestri, the linebacker. Came around looking for the near side, trying to get in front of Jacoby Marshall. Instead, leapt up to try to catch up with it. Couldn't hang on.
Linebacker that was reading the eyes, and when he did it, he was following the quarterback, and again, they got another chop block. Declined because it's 4th down. Yeah, you don't want it. Mount Vernon at the Althoff 48-yard line. I would think you'd go for it here. I would think in this situation, considering where other spots on the field Mount Vernon decided to go for it. Guess not.
So it'll be first down for the Crusaders. 8:01 to play in the third quarter, so still did not drop below the 8-minute mark on that play.
No.
Thought we would. My apologies. Won't happen again.
Clayton Reeves is back to punt. Wink. See if anybody figures it out. Something's trickery going on. Too many finger points going on.
Mertens out of the shotgun. He'll hand off to Jackson. Looking to come up the near side. Shy of midfield. Got to about the 49. Whoa.
The other way.
Carry by Jackson. Hit first by number 34 for the Rams.
Rams are going to have to come up with another big stop here. Again, Danny, it's that getting decent field position and shooting themselves in the foot that just continues to haunt them.
You got moving the chains is one thing here, and now this. And unfortunately, for Mount Vernon, you're not playing a bad team. Althoff's a team that's going to give a lot of people fits this year.
Mertens out of the shotgun, took a high snap. He is looking for the slant. No, incomplete. As he looked for Garland Henley, the 6'1".
Hey, that pass was there.
Junior. Yeah, it was.
Hit him in the hands. Bad spot to hit him in, but it hit him in the hands.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 11 rather quickly now for Crusaders. 7:20 to play in the third quarter. It's a 41-7 ball game. Althoff on top. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios tonight, driven by King City Chrysler, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Check out the Hertz rental car location. Just opened up there not too long ago. Find out more online, KingCityChrysler.com, or find them on Facebook. Mertens drops back to pass, looking to his right for Hawthorne. It's complete right in his hands, about a 48. Trying to shake past the defender. Does he have first down yardage? He does, as he rolls to about the 42. And that'll be a gain of about 12.
Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath, because you don't know how far he's going to go.
You know something's getting ready to go down.
Yep.
We see Hawthorne in the neighborhood, and those four eyes connect between Mertens and Hawthorne. Frazier, another one that's been a reliable target for Mertens this year. First and 10 for the Crusaders, looking for Jackson up that right side. No, it's going to come near side this time. That is number 7, Michael Harris, trying to break to the near sideline, gets to the 30-25, cuts back at the 20, down to about the 17. That's be a gain of about 24-ish.
Yep.
6:48 to play here in the quarter, and Michael Harris has played pretty well. Limited action here on the offense, had a big interception earlier.
Well, again, that's the third time I think tonight that Althoff's been able to run that reverse. And Mount Vernon has bit hard on some reverses, and their defense has swayed to one side, leaving their disciplined assignments, especially in the middle linebacker. And boy, oh boy, linebacking core sways to one side, and that just gets you extra yardage going the other way.
As it'll be Mertens looking to roll to his right side off of this play. Into the flat there it goes. Silvestri has some running room if he can get past. No, he can't. Down at about the 5. Maybe a gain of 12 from this vantage point. Let's see what happens.
Fourth receiver that Mertens has hit tonight. 12-yard gain, first down.
So it'll be first and goal for the Crusaders at the 5. 6:25 to play in the third quarter. They're looking to get the running clock here with 5 yards to go. Sending number 85, Kennedy, out to the left. A couple of backs left in the backfield, and this is going to be to Jackson.
Nice play.
No, that's going to be to Cordell Harris in the backfield. Stuck at about the 15.
Josh Borland blasted through there and was able to make a nice tackle. Nice play. Brachette, his man, went through. Nice play.
Ridley College Player of the Game will be looking for one of those in the post-game show. At Ridley College, you can get a quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which of the more than 100 degree or certificate programs is right for you. 6:05 to play in the third.
Wow.
What's this penalty going to be?
I wonder why things are quiet down in neck of the woods. I know why now. Those of you listening or watching, when I say that, that means block on Althoff. That means it's one team or another that I have people sending me scores at their teams getting beaten. That would make sense.
Gotcha.
Yep, so that's why I'll say, hey, somebody's getting beat. I know now. Oh, what do we got here? I saw another flag go up in the air. That's going to be a sideline warning.
You don't see too many of them.
Somebody's not happy over there on that Althoff side after that block and a call.
I know one crew that likes them.
Things like that will not make me buy jerseys for people. Toughen up a little bit.
Hip pain. What's that?
Toughen up a little bit.
Flexor?
Yeah. Toughen up a bit.
Oh,
Althoff coach out there, Ken Chenner, he's out there wanting an explanation with the head of the referee. Not happy. I saw a flag, another flag go up. Should be an unsportsmanlike, so that should be 15 and 15 is 30. That'll be first and Rend Lake College if we're not careful.
You betcha. We'll have that player game, of course, in the post-game show, brought to you by Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac.
Carbondale Centray getting ready to go. 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That thing's starting to get ready to go away. Everybody thought it would. A lot of people took the over in that one. Not that we can go on gambling at the high school level. Just saying.
For fun.
For fun. For
sure.
Dinner, for lunch, for
M&Ms,
soda, M&Ms.
Peanut.
Something along the line.
Ski.
But, you know, now Althoff, 1st and 41 from the Ram 42-yard line.
Oh,
go figure.
Still technically first and goal.
Yeah.
Out of the shotgun, they're going to have to go deep. And speaking of which, that's exactly what they're trying to do. Looking for their man, and that's going to be a touchdown in the near far corner. I thought it was Garland Hindley. I'm still trying to get that number, and that's exactly whom it was to. 41-yard touchdown reception on 1st and goal from the 41.5.
Wow.
And it's 47-7. We'll have a running clock.
That's his 3rd touchdown. Running clock. People start looking around. Restaurants in town, get ready. Early dinner reservations coming through for both sides.
Early birds will get the worm.
Yep.
With 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dick Sinai, and Woodlock, Community First Bank is proud to be the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams here on WMIX. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
I mean, I'm amazed at the yardage of touchdown scores. Seriously.
37's the smallest, isn't it?
37's the smallest.
Somewhere around there.
I got to go back and look at what I put, but I mean, it is. So I go through my papers here, and there are several. There's 37, 37. Or actually, that was 41. So 41, 37, 62, 52, 46, 50, and 50.
Penalties against Mount Vernon.
Oh, somebody's not
They
happy.
did have a penalty against the Rams.
That's probably an unsportsmanlike conduct.
I thought that's what I saw.
Or something of that nature. I mean, just the scoring plays.
Got to take those bullets out of the chamber, fellas. Stop shooting those feet.
And again, it's no fun. And anybody that's played sports anywhere, any kind of sport or sporting event knows it is not fun. And you have the white hat and a black hat down here talking about the 10-yard line on the south end of the field. It is not fun to lose. They are not professionals. We have amateurs. I mean, they're high school kids, but you still have to keep your cool.
So the Crusaders engaging will kick off at about the 45-yard line in Ram territory. You would think this would assure a touchback, but they have not kicked through the air many times tonight. 48-7 Crusaders, 5:51 to play in the third quarter.
And that was a 15-yard penalty on Mount Vernon because now they are moving that football to Althoff will kick from the Mount Vernon 45. So they'll put this one through the end zone or however they want to do it.
And here comes a kick. Gauging high in the air, and that'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Rams on the touchback. Oh, man. Any other games in the region going like this? We'll find out here in just a moment as it's 48-7 here. 5:51 to play in the third quarter. We'll get to score updates here in just a little bit. We'll hold off on that for now. Come back, we'll start to get some, I think, end of third quarter scores for some other places, some other locations. It'll be brought to you by Tony Wilton State Farm Insurance. Tony invites you to come in and join that State Farm team. He is located on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, Mount Vernon, or online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Don't forget that red Jeep's the international symbol for Tony's in the hizzy. As it'll be a handoff to Gardner from the 20 down to about the 25. Gets to about the 30 on the near side at about the numbers. That's a gain of roughly 10. If the spot is kind, it'll be first down yardage.
Spot was very kind over there, I can tell.
There you go. The Rams will move the chains here, looking to get some offense going. Continuous clock affair we have here now. It's a 41-point game, 48-7. The Rams on the unfavorable side of that one. Reeves will be under center. Split to the left will be Bradford, on the right Marshall. The handoff will come on a sweep to Lloyd, who slips at about the 30. So it'll be no gain, 2nd and 10.
Yep.
Unfortunate, but that sometimes is what happens.
Dew set in, grass is a little slick.
We drop below the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. 48-7, Crusaders on top. Glad to have you with us on WMIX video at mywithersradio.com. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski is alongside. Jeff Crow in the booth. Jesse Clark back at the studios in Mount Vernon. Grider in motion. Handoff will go to Doug Gardner, trying to see if he can make for something here. Shy of the 40-yard line. Near hash at about the 39. It'll be a gain of 9. Bring up 3rd and 1. And again, that's a case where while his own man was trying to open up a gap there, he's just a little bit faster, runs into the back, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Some pretty good football games in our area as well as the perimeter of our area tonight. Boy, some dandies going on.
I'm going to tell you right now, I hope the weather is like this because this is about the perfect temperature. It'll be chillier when it comes to playoff time, but I hope it can be like this on a Friday night somewhere. Not Effingham probably now. That'll happen. Traditions ruined.
New ones beginning.
Somewhere.
Heron has come back in that game down there at Heron. It's 18-15. They have scored 15 unanswered points, has the Jason Carnes Heron Tigers.
Oh, wow.
Final score, Carmi did beat Hamilton County tonight 49-12, and Centralia pulling away 32-10 in the third quarter against Carbondale right now.
They're not bad.
Still got nothing from Marion at Cahokia, 14-14 last I heard. Marion trailing, don't know a score on that. I think it's 20-14 now. Marion trailing Cahokia.
We'll have a flag here.
This will be alignment. Oh, no, went on the other side. Now, why'd you throw it that far forward?
Didn't realize his strength.
We're going to wind the clock. Clock doesn't stop.
48-7, 41-point ball game. Rams trailing the Crusaders here in the third quarter. Glad to have you with us. Rams football presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland with 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dixon, and Woodlawn. And responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Ball on their own 44. Reeves under center. Double wing back set. Spread out a little bit. Split to the left. It'll be Bradford. On the right, Jacoby Marshall. Wing backs are Lloyd Farr. Near it's Grider. Tailback in this set will be Doug Gardner. Reeves under center. Man in motion will be Lloyd. It's going to be to Lloyd sweeping up this near side, almost slipping. Stays on his feet at about the 45, falls to about midfield near the 49.5. Gain of 5 will bring up 2nd and 5 as we drop below the 3:25 mark. We're working on guests for the Saturday Sports Show for tomorrow. We'll tell you our lineup. Might have to watch the social media tonight. If you searched up for WMIX Sports on social media, odds are you'll find us somewhere. At least on the relevant ones. 3:12 to play here in the third. 48-7, Rams down. Trying to get something going here on offense against this tough Crusader D. There's Jackson waiting, the nose guard waiting to pounce. Reeves is going to roll the left side, has a man giving chase. He'll shake pass, trying to break to the outside. Does. That's a 40, 35. Shy of it anyway. He'll step out of bounds. It'll be about a 15-yard gainer on the ground for the quarterback, Clayton Reeves. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. 2:45 to play here in the third.
On a 15-yard run, resulting in another Melbourne Rams.
Man-oh-man.
Going another route with other people.
I feel you.
Trying to give some second chances.
Well, Clayton Reeves just went another route there. Had a nice gain on the ground for 15 as he chunked some yardage out. 1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball will be on the Althoff 36, far hash. Let's see what Reeves and the Rams can do here. The senior quarterback leading his team stands 5'10", 160 pounds is the senior QB. Split to the right, it'll be Jacoby Marshall. I do see Bradford out there on the left. Or of similar ilk. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. That looked like Lloyd up the gut.
Couple yards, about 8.
Yeah. Couple turned at 8 there, so you got a nice runoff. Speaking of running off, the clock will run all the way down to a minute 53 here in the third. 48-7 your score, Althoff on top. Ball will be on the 29er. 2nd and about 2.
Nicknames are going to happen around here.
They might. The 2-9er. 1:32 to play in the third quarter. It's 48-7. Crusaders. Well, that's legitimate. Man in motion is Gray. It's going to be Reeves looking to roll to the near side. Still on his feet at the 30. Gets down to the 25, looking to go to the 20 as he breaks for the sideline to about the 21-yard line. A gain of 8 will bring up 1st and 10 for the Rams, so we will drop below the minute mark here in the third quarter.
Clayton Reeves has had a good game running the football at quarterback. That's one of the positives you can look at here.
Yes, sir. Not a liar this time. We really do drop below the minute mark here. Third quarter action. J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. 48-7. Rams trailing Althoff here in South 7 Conference play. Week 1 of the conference schedule. Next week, Rams on the road at Marion. We'll have that one for you with video on mywithersradio.com. Back on your radio, of course. As we travel to battle the Wildcats. They will split. Weber to the right. This time it's going to be into the backfield. Jet sweep up the right side. On the feet at about the 5. Pulled down. That was number 33, Andrew Heiner. Good carry there.
Another Rams first down.
That's exactly what the Rams need at this point.
Yep, get another score, battle way back. You're working for this next week and the rest of the season at this point.
First and goal, just inside the 10-yard line at the 8-yard line.
So he had stepped out of bounds prior on that carry. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8. And we're probably going to see the end of the third quarter. We will. We have reached the end of 3. The Althoff Crusaders 48, the Mount Vernon Rams 7. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you interested in a career in the culinary arts but can never afford the high cost of cooking school? Red Lake College has a low-cost recipe for success. For as little as $5,500 per year, you can get a quality culinary arts education in your own backyard. That even includes books, tuition, class fees, and supplies. Learn to master domestic fare, pastry, and foreign cuisine in Ina, Illinois. Save thousands on a culinary arts education at Red Lake College. For more information, log on to rlc.edu/culinary arts.
Back to Rams football, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway, Mount Vernon, FordSquare.com. Find them on Facebook. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside as we start the fourth quarter. Rams trailing Althoff 48-7. Rams with the football, first and goal from the Althoff 8. Ball on the far hash. Reeves will be under center. Heiner, among others, I should say, in company in the backfield. Dylan Reeves split to the left. Thomas Weber split to the right. Looks like Gray will be in motion. This could be a handoff up the gut inside the 5 down to about the 2 on the carry. Trying to get the number on that carry as it is a reserve. Who's into this ball game? I thought I saw 36. Trey Young, maybe.
Andrew Heiner.
Second and goal from the 4 for the Rams, trailing 48-7. They're down 41 points here in the fourth quarter.
And those reserves coming in are playing for jobs this year and next year if you're an underclassman.
You bet.
So you're on patrol because what you do in film shows up now.
With a man in motion from the right, Reeves looking to keep it. Looks like he plowed his way into the end zone for a touchdown. So dial number 2 for 6. It's 48-13. The clock will still be continuous, however, with 11-12 to play in the fourth.
Yep, that's what you got to have. Positives to build on.
And that was a definite positive there. 48-13. Fourth quarter action with 11-12 to go. Cheerleaders will do some push-ups. Or did. So we wait the PAT. Swinnen on to kick. Here it comes. It's down. It's up. It's good. And there you go. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios at J.D. Shields. How about, yeah, I was right the first time, J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Volleyball send me confused at times, but.
Ooh, Kokia.
Oh, wow. That would be a big get right there.
Whoa. Fairfield. Wow.
Scores. We'll get to those in just a bit.
I'm telling you right now, it is a dandy going on just east of us. I wondered the Mules had some fight in it. I wondered the Mules had some fight at home. I told some people I picked Fairfield tonight, so I felt like at home they had a shot against them. I got told I was wrong. You know, well, mutual friend. I just had a gut feeling about that game, the way it was setting up.
One of our mutual friends would be very happy to see the Mules come back against that team.
Yes, that's said mutual friend.
Oh, it's the same one?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. 48-14 your score. Rams will kick off. See how Swinnen can go. It'll come toward the near side. It'll have to take a hop. They stopped it in bounds. I'm surprised. Instead, they'll have it at about the 25-yard line. Looked like it might be taking a hop out of bounds. Austin Keene falls on it. And that's where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders.
Yep. 9 left to go in that Fairfield El Dorado game across the way at the train yard, and it is turned out to be a dandy little game.
10:48 to go in this game. Rams football, of course, presented by Community First Bank. Your committee, your choice, your bank. 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. ComFirst keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. See all kinds of Althoff reserves into this one. Still working out of the shotgun are the Crusaders. Some trouble on the snap with the reserve, and that'll be a big pickup there. That was Connor Odell who had the trouble. And I thought that was Grider who got the big tackle in the backfield at about the 15. That was Robert Grider. Good job there. It's 48-14. Rams down 34. 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Second and long. 2nd and 16. For Althoff. So we'll see Heiner check in for Grider. Looks like Odell is out of the shotgun. He'll hand off up the middle now to Cordell Harris. Looking to bust up the gut. Got to about the 25. Gets 5 of that back. That'll be 3rd and 11.
Of course, Althoff, same boat. The Althoff Crusaders, of course, have kids that are underclassmen as well, playing for jobs down the road, wanting to be a part of a team, wanting to get on the field during this season, but also for their next year or two.
Video on MyWithersRadio.com, fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson, where they trade for anything. No smoke-in-the-mirror deals at Dale's. They have bikes as low as $29.95. 10-year life and cycle warranty as well on that. Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon on Facebook, Twitter, and Dales-HD.com. It'll be going up the left side to Austin Miller.
Nothing.
It's tackled for a loss. It'll be 4th and long.
Yeah, Althoff
got to the far sideline.
Clock will roll.
Mueller or Miller? I apologize for not being totally understanding of the pronunciation. I've seen Miller over there and I've seen Mueller over there, so none of it helps. Reminds me of Bill Miller, that was spelled Mueller, that played for the Chicago Cubs, San Francisco Giants, among others. There we have it, 8:35 to play in the ballgame. Rams trailing 48-14, Crusaders on top. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Now they'll go with Zach Donaldson, 6'1", to block. Supposed to be their quarterback. They're going to try to punt. Is it going to be in the end zone?
Safety.
It'll be out. Safety, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more points for the good guys. It's 48-16, and the Rams will have the football. I saw Donaldson out there and wondered because he was listed on the depth chart I saw as a backup QB, but it's Odell taking the snaps here in the second team. 48-16, however, the Rams pick up the safety points. What you don't know or understand about your existing policies can end up hurting you and your family. With the right help from Country Financial, almost any family can achieve financial security. Develop a plan that meets your goals with your Country Financial representative in Mount Vernon, Sarah Staley.
Tell you what, the Ohio division got classics going on. Single-digit leads in all those games.
8:13 to go in this one. It'll be a punt.
Oh! Our mutual friend has seen a dandy as well. 2-point game, 3-point game, 7-point game. Currently the difference in the Ohio Division III games right now. How about road teams? Road teams still all winning, but up by 2, 3, and 7.
Oh, my. 8:13 to play in the fourth quarter, 48-16, continuous clock affair. The clock is stopped temporarily now. 8:13 left to go.
Oh, that's in the third quarter. Watch out.
Rams.
A lot of time left down there in Jackson and Williamson County in 2 games.
You betcha. Heiner gets it up the middle on the return, past midfield. Near the far hash, about the 46-yard line. That's where the Rams will have it. 1st and 10. Wait, just some more scores coming up.
We'll go 3 quarters. Coke over Marion 28-14. Centralia over Carbondale 32-10. Benton over Heron 24-22. They led 18-0. Harrisburg over Murphy 21-18. Another game I argued with our mutual friend would be closer than what he thought. And Frankfurt over Massac 21-14. Late fourth, under 2 minutes. AJ 15, DuQuoin 14. Although that was given a couple different ways, so we're going to look that back up.
Orphans are now up 30 on Carbondale, 40-10.
Yeah.
Oh, my. under center. For the Rams is Dylan Reeves. He's going to hand off. It's up the middle. Can't quite get a number on that. Looked like it might have been Andrew Heiner. Up the middle, might have gotten a gain of about 8 to bring up 2nd and 2.
A.J. trails DuQuoin 15-14, but A.J. has the ball late in that one trying to drive the football.
My apologies, I was young on the carry. 2nd and 1 will drop below the 7-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. 48-16. The Rams are trying to make it more aesthetically pleasing as they will split Meredith off to the right. Split to the left, it looks like it will be Jordan Mullen. According to the roster I have here in front of me. Davis in now as a wing back. We'll have a man in motion, and it's going to be a carry coming up the near side by Waith. Not much on it. Don't think he got the first down. Got pushed back a little bit. It'll be 3rd and 2. We'll have a Rend Lake College Player of the Game coming up in the post-game show. Rend Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu to see how you can save thousands.
No.
I got you.
Yeah, it's just
same thing.
Tasting funny?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just me.
I took one sip and I was done.
I'm used to Rend Lake water, so.
Well, we got a pool and we got a pond.
My taste buds are trained for that stuff.
Handoff's going to be a turnaround handoff to Young up the near hash. Got past the 35. It's first down yardage near the 31. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. We're going to continue to move the chains here. We fall to the 5:50 marker this fourth quarter. I feel compelled to tell you, Rams Athletics here on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com are presented by Community First Bank. There are familiar faces in different places at ComFirst with all of the expanding they have done. You can bank with Ray and Bria, Community First Bank's 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. The clock drops to 5:30 here to go in the ball game. 48-16. The Rams are down. Dylan Reeves under center here for the Rams. So we go from older brother to younger brother with Davis in motion. That'll be a handoff to Graham Hinken, trying to go right up the middle. Not much there. Might be a loss of a half yard. It'll bring up. And 2nd and 10-ish.
Heron has the ball. Yeah, our Pipe Dream at Effingham's over. They got beat by Charleston, or getting beat 40-7.
Charleston's pretty solid this year.
El Dorado struggling right now, 30-22, trailing on 4th and 8. Driving the ball, trying to get back in there, 3 to go. And Benton right now is in some trouble. Heron has it at the Benton 45.
It's the last time Benton beat Heron, 05?
Long ago.
Been a while.
Yes.
Is it at the Graveyard tonight?
Yes.
Harrison Bruce. Davis is going to take it up the right side now, down to about the 25. Oh, managed to stay on his feet within the 25. Got down to about the 22.
Well,
yeah, about 8.
I will say our mutual friend did say that he picked that one in 2 points, so he is close. Got to credit him when I have a chance to.
Yeah. There's that. He has that going for him.
Oh yeah, lots going for him. I imagine there'll be a discussion later on in the wee hours of the morning about several topics. DuQuoin wins 15-14.
Wow.
We got a good game to talk about tomorrow.
You bet we do. WMIX sports correspondent. Picked the good one this time.
Yep.
Good for him.
Oh, yes.
Dylan Reeves under center. Quick turnaround handoff will come, and that's going to be stuffed for not much, I believe, by Young.
That's a pretty good play there by Crusader defender. I mean, that was pretty good. El Dorado turned the ball over and downs. Fairfield has it under 2 to go, up by 2. Hello.
If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home. And Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. So we have 3:20 to play here in this running clock atmosphere at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. It's 4th and deuce. 3:14 to play in the fourth. Love it. Dylan Reeves under center. A couple of wing backs and a tail. It's going to come to Waith, and nice move there at about the 20 where he'll be leveled by a few bigger men. Aaron Medina is one of them for
running backs should not leave their feet unless they mean to jump in the end zone.
However, he is going to be short of the first down.
So that should be a turnover on downs for the Rams with the 2:40 clock rolling. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Althoff. So 80 yards to go here if they want to try to punch one in with the second team.
That's why that pen wasn't working. Half the plastic of the new pen wasn't off, so that's probably why it wasn't putting out the ink.
Yeah. Well, those are good pens for the most part.
Yeah.
They don't quite have that ballpark. I'm hungry. They don't quite have that ballpoint flair at times. But
Right.
timeout presented by the Medicine Shop. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon are proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Get to know the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. 48-16 is your score. 2:21 to play in the fourth quarter. We have any updates? Or we
Finals.
go down some and I was in that
DuQuoin over
sleep?
AJ, 15-14. Carmel over Hamilton County, 49-12. Chester over CZR, 60-0. End of three quarters, 29-26. Carterville over Pinckneyville. Let's see what else we have. Harrisburg over Murphy by 3, 21-18. Benton over Heron by 2, 24-22. To name a few scores.
All scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. Tony invites you to come in and join the State Farm team located at the corner of 42nd South Water Tower in Mount Vernon, online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. 2:21 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 48-16. Althoff on top, looking to make a go of it here. It's going to go up the left side. Not much to it, I believe. That was Eric Seferati, 5'4" junior. Not much on that one. We'll roll below the 2-minute mark. Plans all for naught, huh?
Well, one particular.
Uh-oh.
The racer was not kind.
1:43 to play in the fourth quarter. 48-16. We did have a penalty.
Is that a 15-yarder on Mount Vernon?
Yep.
That's a 15-yarder. And that's one thing Mount Vernon's had 3 penalties tonight for 45 yards because they've all been of the personal foul variety.
It'll be a pretty action-packed Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame. We'll have the Heartland Accounting postgame stats, a Rend Lake College player of the game, and probably a final Tony Wilt scoreboard update. Out of the shotgun snap, it'll be a handoff up the middle. Quarterback, of course, is Jordan Augustine.
And Althoff, and again, I credit Althoff. They could have basically come out here and just kept scoring. When they got that last touchdown to get the clock running, they immediately went into JV mode, no running, no passing, just straight up the middle, off-tackle football. And I credit Althoff and their coaching staff for doing that, not rubbing it in, understanding the situation.
45 seconds to play. They're working out of the shotgun with the quarterback, Jordan Augustine. Third team offense. Seferati will get the handoff as he'll come. Thought it might have been a horse collar for a second. It won't be. So a gain maybe of 2. If they spot it at the 38, we'll drop to the 29-second mark. Althoff will have to run one more play. Crusaders are going to win this one, obviously. They will improve to 3-1 on the year. Rams will fall to 0-4. Then they reset the play clock, of course, so
that's it.
That's all she wrote, baby.
Final seconds kick off.
Your final score from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, the Althoff Crusaders 48, the Mount Vernon Rams 16. We'll come back with your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
High school sports are here, and the WMIX Saturday Sports Show is where you can stay up to date in the world of local sports. In fact, it's the only sports show to be recognized by the Illinois Broadcasters Association as a top feature radio program. Tune us in every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news, only on AM 940 and mywithersradio.com. The Saturday Sports Show is presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
The 2012 Chrysler 200 is the fastest-growing sedan in its class, which is precisely why only a few remain at King City Chrysler Center. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler dealer in Mount Vernon. With 0% financing for up to 72 months or up to $3,500 in cash-back rebates, we expect our remaining Chrysler 200s to move quickly. A top safety pick with best-in-class horsepower and fuel economy, as well as a touchscreen radio, you can get where you're going quickly and safely with a touch of luxury. See one of our sales associates today at King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon, or see our selection at KingCityChrysler.com. Also, did you know King City Chrysler is also a rental car location? Whether you want to take a weekend drive or feel like a celebrity on vacation in a luxury ride, Hertz can help you get the job done. You can find them on location right here at King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway, Mount Vernon, and find us on Facebook.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois welcomes Dr. Beth Conradi to their medical staff. Dr. Conradi specializes in comprehensive pain management using a multidisciplinary team approach by working with other specialists for optimal diagnosis and treatment of pain. Dr. Conradi will treat most conditions of the spine, including management of cancer pain. Dr. Beth Conradi, helping to make life better day after day at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon. Call 618-242-3778.
Hi, this is Star Reed with People's National Bank. Since 1909, People's National Bank has been devoted to providing accounts and services designed around customers' needs. With our convenient banking services, you can manage your finances anytime, anywhere. From online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and even e-statements, People's National Bank is there for you. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
More Americans are on the move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football on WMIX. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
And we welcome you back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, parked at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. We wrap this one up. The Mount Vernon Rams fall to the Althoff Crusaders by a final of 48-16. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo. Jeff Crow with us, who brought you the video tonight on MyWithersRadio.com. We have Jesse Clark doing everything right back at our Mount Vernon studio. Unfortunately, the Rams fall here tonight, first week of the South 7 Conference play. They fall 48-16. The Rams are now 0-4, 0-1 in the South 7, while Althoff improves to 3-1, 1-0 in the South 7 Conference. We'll have a lick of scoreboard updates coming your way just a little bit later on. We'll also have your Heartland Accounting post-game stats. Hey, we'll even have a Ridley College player of the game, but right now, it's going to be a quick break. This is Rams Football on WMIX.
Protect yourself and the ones you love by getting a flu shot at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. It's the smart and healthy thing to do. Just walk right in. No appointments necessary, and no prescription from your doctors required. The shot is covered under Medicare Part B. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Flatt.
We have a seasonal flu shot event, which is not just one day, but usually 4 or 5 days that we schedule nurses to come in and give shots. I can also give shots to anybody who can't make those specific days, for example.
Get your flu vaccine between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Save these dates in September, Tuesday the 18th and 25th, and in October, Thursday the 4th and 18th. If you're homebound, every effort will be made to schedule a home visit. Call us if you require the service. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. This is Matt Watercutty with Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon, and I love that saying because it describes what we do and how we roll every single day. Well, listen up. We're living up to that saying with an amazing event on Saturday, September 22nd, starring Hill Conduct for the most incredible heart-stopping stunt riding you've ever seen. There will be 3 exciting stunt riding shows at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., along with tattoos by the Bearded Lady Tattoo Parlor. There will be great food by Bugsy Chicago Dogs, excellent music, and prizes too. You don't want to miss the stunt riding by Hill Conduct, Saturday, September 22nd. Only at Dale's Harley-Davidson. We're the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois, just off I-57 on North 44th in Mount Vernon. Call 618-244-4116. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or visit us at sales-hd.com. Remember, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
This is Rams Football on WMIX, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Your final tonight, the Althoff Crusaders 48, the Mount Vernon Rams 16. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac, 1421 West McCord in Centralia. They are online at SchmidtChevroletCadillac.com or Schmidt Chevrolet, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Find them online at SchmidtChevrolet.com. We have the Heartland Accounting postgame stats to get to. We also have a scoreboard update. We're going to try to slip in, but I will go with whatever you want to give first.
First downs, 14-11. Althoff over Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon had 3 turnovers. Althoff did not have a turnover in the ball game. Penalties, Mount Vernon had 3 for 45 yards. Althoff 4 for 40. Then rushing was 171 for Mount Vernon. Althoff 196. Passing, Mount Vernon with 23 yards. Althoff with 249. That gives you a total of Mount Vernon 194. Althoff 345 for a final score of Althoff 48, Mount Vernon 16.
There you have it. Get started right and let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B, your small business expert. We're going to take one more break. We'll come back on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We'll get you a Rend Lake College Player of the Game, and we'll get you set with one final State Farm scoreboard update. This is Rams football on WMIX.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dixon, Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rend Lake College's Adult Volunteer Literacy Program is looking for volunteers to help stop adult illiteracy. Give the gift of reading and be a hero forever. RLC will provide you with training and materials to help adults develop the basic reading ability needed to excel. You can work one-on-one, tutor a small group, or work with students in an adult education classroom. Experience the joy of helping others and change a life. Call RLC's Volunteer Partnership toll-free at 800-369-5321, extension 1342, 800-369-5321, extension 1342.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX. Time for the Rend Lake College Player of the Game.
And we welcome you back to the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Your Rend Lake College Player of the Game is Clayton Reeves. Clayton Reeves had a great night tonight, of course, all things considered. Touchdown pass, touchdown run, but Danny, there were times where his team needed him to step up, and he was able to step up with a big run here and there to basically keep those chains moving and or keep the Ram offense running.
Well, and
so
he was important with his senior leadership. He's important moving the football. He's important doing all those things and really kind of kept things on the up and up for Mount Vernon in this game when it seemed dark and dreary at many times. He was a nice leader on the field, not only by by voice and leadership, but by actions as well.
At Rend Lake College, you get a quality education, save thousands. Log on. Hiccup outside of all of that. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you. We do owe you one last State Farm scoreboard update to get into you before we sign off of the air, so we're going to go ahead and give that to you.
Coquille leads Marion at the end of 3, 28-14. Centralia in the fourth quarter leads Carbondale 48-10. Benton leads Heron 30-22 in the fourth. Murfreesboro leads Harrisburg 25-21 late fourth quarter. West Frankfort was leading Massac County in the third, 21-14. DuQuoin beat AJ tonight, 25-14. Carterville leads Pinckneyville in the fourth, 36-26. And Nashville has defeated Sparta, 35-20. Black Diamond, all 4 finals tonight. Carmi over Hamilton County, 49-12. It was Chester beating CZR by a score of 60-0. Update on the Heron game, it's tied with 5.5 to go at 30. As Heron has scored a touchdown. Fairfield beat El Dorado 30-28, and JC beat Alvarado Trico 46-0.
There you have it. That is a look at your scores presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. That's pretty well going to do it for us tonight. Rams will try to get one next week at Marion.
It's not going to be easy because Marion, if they lose, they're not going to be happy and they're not going to be real hospitable hosts. If they go over to Coquille tonight and lose, they're just starting the fourth quarter over there. So
changes my thought process for tomorrow. I know that.
And it does change it as well. It's just one of those things. A lot of things happening, a lot of things going on, and again, here it is. It's high school football season week 4. Crazy things are happening around the area.
Join us for the Saturday Sports Show tomorrow after the 8 o'clock news. It'll be right here on WMIX, online with audio at mywithersradio.com. We hope you'll join us. Again, volleyball action coming your way on Monday night from Salem. We hope you'll join us for Lady Rams volleyball. We're back on the air with Rams football next Friday night from Marion. 6:40 is your pregame. 7 o'clock is your opening kick. For Danny Czerwinski, for Jeff Crow, for Jesse Clark back in the studio, and everyone at Withers Broadcasting on behalf of our sponsors, thank you for listening to and or watching Rams football on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com. Your final score, the Althoff Crusaders 48, the Mount Vernon Rams 16. I'm Chris Hugo. Good night.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams football.